Broadcasting station. The 3 p.m. hour is presented by First Liberty Building and Loan.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
As some people have called it, the end of an era. Biden is off to a memory care facility somewhere. Trump is moving into the White House. And the left, the progressives, will be going nuts. You brought this on yourself.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Do they really have a deal? Lisa Brady, Fox News. More than 60,000 federal workers have already said yes to a Trump buyout offer, agreeing to a deferred resignation. But a federal judge is hearing arguments in a lawsuit over the buyout.
He has not weighed in yet on the merits of the case, but the group of federal employee unions representing about 800,000 workers will argue that the Office of Personnel Management lacks the authority to make the offer, and they question whether the government is able to pay the buyout.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. The White House has continued to urge federal workers to take the deal after the judge extended the original deadline until tonight when he scheduled today's hearing. A different federal judge accuses the administration of failing to comply with a court order on frozen funds.
A federal judge in Rhode Island says there's evidence the Trump administration has continued to improperly freeze federal funds despite his order temporarily blocking a funding freeze. Judge John McConnell says while the administration argues it's trying to root out fraud, any pause in funding violates the plain text of his temporary restraining order. McConnell blocked plans for a sweeping federal funding freeze last month after nearly 24 states filed a lawsuit arguing President Trump was exceeding his constitutional authority.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. A judge in D.C. also issued a temporary restraining order after nonprofit groups sued. House Democrats have a new task force aimed at challenging the government efficiency efforts led by Elon Musk. And Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is launching a whistleblower protection portal.
That comes from a Dear Colleagues letter where Schumer says Senate Democrats are also preparing to hold independent spotlight hearings to, quote, expose the rampant wrongdoing of the Trump administration. Republicans have argued President Trump was given a mandate on Election Day to go after government waste.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz in Washington. America is listening to Fox News.
When you hear the term living better, what do you think about? More money? A bigger house? Maybe a yacht? What about how you feel physically? How you wake up each day? How you sleep? What activities you can and cannot do? When you feel good, life is good. So if pain is affecting your life, see how Relief Factor can help. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, it doesn't just mask pain temporarily. It helps reduce or even eliminate pain. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So give their 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day. And it just takes a phone call, 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're hurting, in 3 weeks or even days, Relief Factor can give you a chance to rediscover the true meaning of living better again. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
My God, they're already trying to impeach him. Look out, it's only me, it's only the Kimmer. How's it going? With Pete Davis, sidekick for this sports rack contour extraordinaire, and the mechanical mangler at the controls, soon to be Mr. and Mrs. Mangler, Flounder. Boys, here we go, man. There's so much going. We got money. Make it
rain.
Was this all because at the last minute when Flounder reminded us that there's a board game thing, and I said, here, take $20, and was that the one, or was that other stuff?
Not just that.
Now, you got a whole fistful of something going on up there, too, in the mountains of Macon. What the hell was all that about?
Okay, you want the story?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. We played a game out there. A few of us got together, and we got there, and Belinda had put your and Flounder's name on the board.
Oh, all right, sir.
Okay. So first quarter, and I already felt bad. You know, I follow the game a little more closely than most people, so I felt kind of bad.
Yeah.
But I showed up almost last, and I was the last one to fill out the square, so I got the last of what was left.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's
all
nothing.
right.
Yeah, bad stuff.
So I fill out I won the first quarter.
Oh, boy.
So that was $40 in my pocket. There's $40 immediately.
Excellent.
So second quarter, it's looking like I'm going to win that one too, until the last second. And our friend Walt won that one. Okay, that's good. So we're coming up to the third quarter. Guess who wins the third quarter?
Well, that'd be you again, probably.
That'd be you.
Me? What'd I win?
You had like 2 squares, and Blenda's going, I think I've made a horrible mistake, like the line from...
Well, I didn't pay for them, so I can't take any money.
Well, that's what I was thinking and everything. So I'm going to see if you can maybe put it back in the kitty or something like that, because you didn't put any money in.
Well, if somebody put it in for me, then they should... I didn't put any money in, so I can't.
Maybe... Well, anyway, I got the $40 anyway, and I'll buy him beers tonight.
Yeah, I don't want the money.
So we're coming up fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, the end of the game is the whole kitty. Okay,
oh boy, yeah
we're talking $80, $100 in the kitty at this point, right?
Yeah.
2 minutes to go. Guess who's winning?
Winning on the fourth quarter bet. Well, you probably by over and under 50 points or something. Probably. I don't know.
Flounder.
Well,
as a man who's getting married on Saturday, I will happily take that money.
Very much
advertised. Well, okay, here's as Lauren pointed out, though, when you're getting married, you're supposed to be receiving money.
Exactly.
People will be giving you. So anyway, 2 minutes to go, you're winning, Flounder. And then Patrick Mahomes, with 1:48 left, throws that 50-yard touchdown pass and screws you.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yes.
There goes the honeymoon.
That's how it works.
Yeah, I got to take that ring back, I guess. Jeez,
Yeah. But, we came out of... So let's basically... You put in 20 there at work. I put in 20 last night. And we walked out with like almost $200 worth of cash.
Yeah.
So.
Now, Flounder gave me money today, so we won something off that.
Yeah, we won. I'm not sure what we won, but we won $100.
Yeah, well, there you are. Then you gave me too much. Is that what we split, or was that what?
Well, you're the one who put in the money, so technically it's your money.
Yeah, but I went in for both of us. So, I'll give you half of what you gave me. But I'll give you another $40 or something. Because that's only fair. I mean, serious. Because I put it in for the both of us. I don't know what's going on. I don't. Again, I shouldn't even say this because I guess we have a lot of ads and broadcasting these days on gambling. I'm very anti. I don't like gambling. I think it's wrong. My brothers lost everything, and I've had to bail them. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. And you get hooked. And I mean, I'm telling you, my brothers would gamble on the next color of the car coming around the freaking bend. I mean, honestly, anything. For fun, goof around, and then all of a sudden, oh, geez, I missed that daily trifecta by him. One lousy horse by 4 inches. Yeah, he would have won $72,000. Instead, he lost $4,000. Oh, well, gee, okay, you would have, could have, but didn't, so you lost. It's unbelievable. Anyway. So I'm biased. I admit it. I'm a terrible gambler. I don't gamble. If I do, I know I'm going to lose. So I do it to have fun at the experience. I'm the guy at the poker tables. I was a sucker. That's me. Always. I make the wrong bets. I take a chance. We're done. I mean, I'm not good. That's not me.
If you're looking around to see who the sucker is,
that's it.
It's you.
It's me. It's always me. And of course, all my, like my golf buddy Dan and McLefty, these guys are really good at math. They figure odds and statistics in their head. They're just always a step ahead of everybody. You know what I mean? Guys like that are cagey and quick-witted. Yep. Yeah, well, they always know, no, I wouldn't have doubled down on that one. I wouldn't split those 2 eights or, whatever. I don't know. Anyway. God. All right, 308. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And it's Monday, and we had the Super Bowl weekend and the stuff, and we got a million things to talk about. And we'd love to hear from you, by the way, seriously, because, it's a radio talk show. And I know this is kind of silly. Let me fill you in on something like, 18, 20 years ago. See, when you had radio stations, people would listen, and then they would give out the number, and people would call in and make comments. I know, I swear to God, it's the damnedest thing you ever heard in your life. Anyway, so we encourage this sometimes just for fun of it. If you have a chance. I mean, I know it's all YouTube and getting on social media, and it's easier to type, your thing, which is fine, because we have our monitors of the YouTube mafia. So anyway, but 404-741-1230, 1230. Love to hear it. I mean, I've got a million notes I took, and by the way, I crapped out at about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. Said, I'm done. I can't.
Yeah, the game was over before halftime. Tell you the truth.
Yeah. And by the way, Holy Cup at Sports coming later, but we'll talk about it all through the day. But what bothered me it was almost like, how could Patrick Mahomes not even be close? I mean, the interceptions, it's like he threw it to the guy. I mean, that
he was constantly throwing behind, but the problem was the Philly defensive line was so much better than the Kansas City offensive line. And why is that? Yeah. Because the Philly went out and they drafted Georgia Bulldogs over and over and over again, while the Atlanta Falcons look around for, somebody from Wesley Catholic or something like that. I mean, it's ridiculous.
They made a point of that, made a very strong point of that. And again, he was roughed up all night. And I mean, it wasn't even close. And by the way, I thought it was weird also because that star running back, I mean, Mr. Wonderful and stuff, wasn't doing squat.
That's because the whole defensive plan for Kansas City was to stop him and make Jalen Hurts. Right. I told everybody before the game, I said, if Jalen Hurts has a good game, the Eagles will win. Yeah. And he had a great game.
He was spectacular. And they did exactly. They knew that they were going to key on that running back no matter what. There are going to be at least two guys doing nothing but trying to stop him, which opened up everything else. And Jalen, and by the way, even on the run, that guy can freaking throw them. I mean, he was spectacular.
Well, he had a great. That's his best game he's ever played.
Yeah, he had a great night. I'm Flounder. Are you trying to get me here on something?
Yeah, we have Valinda from the bingo, or I'm sorry, from the Super Bowl squares that you were at, Pete. She wanted to chime in and talk.
Excellent. Well, would you say Belinda or Valinda?
I think it's Valinda.
Belinda?
Melinda? No, it's with a B.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Belinda. Welcome. Happy Monday. And tell us all about your exciting weekend with the wonderful Pete Davis, I guess.
Hey, Kimmer.
Hi, sweetie.
Congrats on the win, but if you're, opposed to gambling on solid ground, I'll be glad to take your $40.
Okay, please do. It's not. I do not deserve. If I don't deserve it, I don't want it. I honestly, I try to be real clear about that. No matter what.
No, that was a present.
Well, you're very
Those
sweet.
Squares were a present, and then I don't know if Pete showed you, but there's cute little horse pictures on your squares.
Oh, cute little horse pictures? Oh, my. Now, who did that? Did you do that? You're so sweet. Oh, my God. I love you girls.
One of the horses was running.
Oh, well, there you go.
And then I put a flounder on there for Flounder. And then we forgot to mention Veronica. She had 2 squares, too.
Well, there you are. Well, you're so sweet to it.
So it was a close one. It was
I see him right there. I see the square. Pete's holding
Your horse is taking a dump.
That Stu Ball was a racehorse, and I wish he were mine.
That's because they're action.
Well, you're so sweet.
He was in action.
Well,
but it was my pleasure, and we enjoyed laughing about you guys during a game that needed. They could use it.
Well, you're very kind. Thank you so much for calling and for being part of happiness. And, if you can have people laughing and enjoying stuff, we're all in favor of that.
Absolutely.
Thank
you.
Thanks, lady. Have a great day. Thanks.
There's the flounder. Take a look at the flounder.
Oh, she did a beautiful job on the flounder. Oh, man, it's like, little bubbles and everything there, like underwater.
Sistine Chapel.
Yeah. By the way, now flounder's the fish that has eyes on one side of its head, right?
Yeah, flounder. Yeah,
the flounder. I don't think I've ever actually had one. Eaten one, eaten.
There's my whale. I drew a whale.
Oh, well, there you are. That sounds good to me. 313-404-741-1230. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. By the way, the national anthem thing, Clay and Buck made a great point about it as we drift into the $20 waterfall.
Making it rain.
Making it rain, baby. 20s everywhere. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. Monday. Look out. Here we go. Stand by.
Latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust. Your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at Extra1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
How you doing? Kimmer here, Kimmer Pete and Flounder 314. How's that search going for your new health insurance plan? You about done with the Obamacare, Schmamacare business? Man, it's getting brutal. Introducing Trump Care. My buddy Steven, the health insurance doctor, which, by the way, that the big boys are back in town. I just mentioned the health insurance doctor, and you'll get yourself a plan, maybe a COBRA thing. If you're on that right now, you're going to get rid of that nonsense. How about maybe if you have your own business or you're close to Medicare or you're self-employed? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, family stuff, business stuff. He has clients, Steven the guy, the health insurance doctor, clients who will save literally 60% on their premiums every year. See what doctor you want, where you're going with a hospital near you. How about not forking over $50 when you walk in the door, things like that. National PPO networks and things. And I didn't know about this IRS penalties for signing up for stuff. I don't know anything about that. Subsidies that were hard to get for some people, but not anymore. Open enrollment stuff. And by the way, Steven, the health insurance doctor, will do all this for you, and you don't have to pay him. It's free. I'm sure. No, it's free. That's what he does. He loves charts and graphs and data, fine print, computer stuff, and things like that. So you don't have to worry about it. Get your plan, boom, pow, and say, thanks, Steven. See you around. Here's the number, 678-523-0759. On the web, healthinsurancedoctor.net.
There are crazies on the road. Who knows where they're all going, but if one of them hits you, don't take care of it on your own. Call my friend David Van Sant. He is the lawyer that used to work for the insurance company. The team at Van Sant Law knows who to call, what to say, and will make sure you get what you deserve and what the insurance company doesn't want to pay for. They have your best interest at heart and will take care of everything. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid. My advice, save Van Sant Law in your phone. Today, 855-GA-INJURY, vansantlaw.com.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services, but you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made premium name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
Have you considered securing your family's future? Protecting your hard-earned assets, navigating complex legal matters with ease. Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademark Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
At the Piedmont Bank, we're proud to be one of Georgia's largest community banks, focusing on serving businesses and the communities they serve. With headquarters right here in Metro Atlanta, our tailored banking expertise and solutions help meet the diverse needs of our customers so they have what it takes to grow, expand, and thrive. It's what elevates us above the rest. Find a location near you at Piedmont.bank and experience elevated banking for you and your business. The Piedmont Bank. Banking elevated. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Oh, is that? Sorry. I'm sneezing and writing while I didn't have my headphones on. So I'm sorry. I'm bad. I'm not changing our whole 318. Here we go. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. It'll be fine. This is Prince, of course. Everything was good. Rocky TV. What the hell you got over there? What is that?
This is my official Super Bowl, seat cushion.
A seat cushion, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Davis in the mountains of Maine. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and this is Prince. And on this day in 2005, Prince topped Rolling Stone magazine's annual list of the year's biggest money earners after the Prince 2004 tour grossed $90 million in 2005. Madonna's second place for $55 million. Metallica third with $43 million in 2005. Prince number one. And then in 2017, Universal Studios struck a deal to release much of the dead Prince's private archive. Exclusive licensing rights to Prince's highly anticipated trove of unreleased works, unquote. It acquired the rights to 25 albums that Prince released through NPG Records, the label that he founded. Okay, there's Prince. That's a thing.
Supposedly, Netflix was going to put out a documentary, and the Prince people said, no, we'll do it. So now they're going to be doing it.
Oh, boy. Well, now, would that be a big thing?
Yeah.
Would it? Yeah. See,
watching him work and how he did the stuff, yeah.
Well, there you are. Anyway, we got so much more. Hold on. Phone calls take priority. Patricia, happy Monday. Welcome aboard, baby. How's it going?
Oh, just fine. I just want to put my 2 cents worth in on the Super Bowl, if I may.
Yeah, please.
ATH. The game was awful. The halftime was terrible. And the commercials were horrific.
I hope you were having a party in the background, at least, so you had something to drink or whatever.
Oh, my God. There was one commercial only, and finally Anheuser-Busch learned to shut their mouth. The one with the one Clydesdale that picks up the baby
Clyde, the baby
falls over and he kicks it.
Yeah, the little baby Clydesdale gelding,
At least they learned to not say a word, right?
Yeah, and the other thing was, I was reading the articles beforehand, the ads and so forth, and they were going to try to relive some of the past things, which is pretty cheesy as far as I'm concerned. But when they, Harry met Sally, and they had poor Meg Ryan, what she did to her face, dear God, and Billy Crystal, and then it's just, I don't know, it was cheesy, or I don't know. I just fell flat to me for most of them, I don't know.
At least they didn't do When Harry Was Sally.
Yeah, good point. Patricia, I'm glad you have a great Monday, sweetie. Thanks. 321, Kimber, Feed, and Flounder. And so much more about the what do you think about those commercials, billions. Also a lot of newsy stuff going on here. And I don't want to neglect our, a normal format. Our birthday list includes Chloe Grace Moretz, who's 28. I remember her, it says there she was on If I Stay, the Carrie remake, and the Suspira remake. I don't know what that is.
Kick-Ass is what she's known for.
Yeah, but I remember her on 30 Rock. She was one of the characters. She was one of the little girl characters on 30 Rock. She was great.
Little girl.
Little somebody's niece. I think it was like the star's niece or something, and she was freaking hysterical.
Unfortunately, she's grown up to be extremely woke. So.
Yeah, I think I've read. By the way, she's popping up on my phone too for some reason. Salute Chloe Marie. For some reason, Chloe Marie. What's her name? Chloe something Moritz, and also the girl who played Legally Blonde. All of a sudden, it's a celebrity salute to so and so. Like every 2 days, all of a sudden, there's like a celebrity salute popping up on my phone. Where the hell did that come from? I've never tried to look them up or anything.
Have you mentioned her? Have you talked around your phone?
Geez, this is unbelievable. Anyway. Oh, Lord. Okay, and I got some really weird history stuff here too, and I'm going to get to it. And then we'll talk Super Bowl and the ads and the halftime. Oh my God, halftime and who are they thing to and all this stuff. Oh, and you're going to hear the highlight of it. And I heard Clay and Buck talking about this beforehand. You're going to hear this here in just a minute. First of all, I didn't know an awful lot of things about this particular thing, but guess what? It was on this day in 1943. Vesta Stout was working at an ordnance plant and noticed the way that ammunition boxes were sealed made them very difficult to open quickly. That could cost soldiers precious times in battle. This again, 1943, World War II. So this woman developed a waterproof, tearable cloth tape to solve the problem. Her bosses at the plant were not impressed. On this day in 1943, she wrote a letter to United States President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, quote, I suggested we use a strong cloth tape to close seams and make tab of the same. It worked fine. I showed it to different government inspectors. They said it was all right, but I could never get them to use and change the tape. Unquote. Well, President of the United States says that sounds like a pretty good idea to me, so he sent it to the War Production Board, who implemented her idea immediately. They made a tape using woven fabric known as duck, D-U-C-K, cloth, coated in waterproof plastic with a layer of rubber-based adhesive to be torn by hand without the need for scissors. The tape worked great on ammo boxes. Soon, GIs found it was useful for fixing leaks, repairing equipment, even closing up wounds on the battlefield. Stout received Chicago Tribune's War Worker Award for the idea. It was originally called Duck with a K tape because it was first made from duck cloth. It wasn't used for duct, D-U-C-T work, until many, many years later. But I had no idea. She wrote a letter to the president. He says, hey, that's a great idea. World War II, that sounds like Trump saying, no, that sounds great, let's do it. And man, is he causing trouble with all the stuff he's doing. Okay, anyway, so we got all that stuff going for us, too. Our 3 o'clock hour, by the way, brought to you by our friends at First Liberty Building and Loan. We say yes when the big banks say no at FirstLibertyGA.com. 404-741-1230. Okay, Flounder, we're going to play that sound thing that we were talking about a little while ago today. And we'll talk about the Super Bowl and the halftime and Donald Trump and things like that, but especially this one particular moment. And I didn't know this, but I totally believe it when I think it was Clay said he heard the story and it was true. The national anthem singer John Batiste. I didn't know of him. He's a big New Orleans native guy, and he's 38 years old, and he was doing his thing. There was also an over-under bet on how long it would take him to sing the national anthem of those prop bets. He
did a good job.
Yeah, and again, he was personal. He kind of drew out a couple of lines. It was personal, but it was a good job. It was musical and it was entertaining and it was moving. Okay, so as he was singing, when he got to the line that included the word fight, at that exact second, I was watching television and I saw Donald Trump standing at attention, saluting. When the song was playing, when the word fight came in on the song, the picture in the TV, but also in the stadium, showed Donald Trump standing at attention and saluting. Now, we're going to play the song a few seconds before that word happened. But Clay said that he knows this for a fact. The producers who time everything to the second of these television promotional things, productions, he said that they deliberately took the shot of Donald Trump saluting at the exact second they played the word fight, which is when he stood up and with his hand and said, fight, 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 when they shot him in the face. And he said the producers wanted to make sure when they got to the word fight, they showed the picture of Donald Trump. Now, if you were just in the, going along here with nobody doing any dialogue like I just did, we're going to play for you now the sound of a few seconds before, and guess what? You're going to know exactly when the crowd listening to the national anthem heard that word and saw Donald Trump. Flounder?
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched.
I mean, it was unbelievable. That exact second, the word fight and
through the perilous fight, o'er the
I mean, it gives me chills. And I saw him up there. I know. Don't throw water on it. I
just wondered, was it meant to be that way?
I think it was. I think it was. I think they, and again, remember when they played the so-called black national anthem? Oh, that was freaking killing me. In fact, I got notes here on everything. Every 2 minutes, I took notes until I said screw it about the third quarter. The black national anthem, and she was singing and wailing on her piano, doing all that stuff. They never showed a single shot of the crowd. Not one single shot of anybody while she was singing the black national anthem. Not one. Not a face, and the reason was they showed her at the stage, and in the background, up on all the layers of the stadium, you could see people walking around getting drinks, and nobody was paying attention to it, as far as I could tell. Now, when she got done, there was applause, and but it wasn't like they tore the house down. But not one single shot of the crowd. And I'll bet they did it purposely because they were going to be embarrassed to see people were, ho-humming and everything else. I'm just saying that was my impression. But when they got to that Donald Trump thing, holy cow. Anyway, 328 Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. So we got some. 404-741-1230. I thought that was pretty interesting. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, the halftime show. Most of the commercials, not all, but a lot of the commercials, the theme of the halftime and the Super Bowl this year was old people. They showed, Willem Dafoe and the girl from Schitt's Creek and dog.
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara, love her. And, the elderly actor. They were all, they showed all these actors who have been around for years and years. John Hammond in the window, the stuff like that, all this kind of. And then all of a sudden, the halftime show appeals to who? A 17-year-old black guy? I mean, who was entertained by the halftime show? And again, don't start giving me this racist crap. I saw people on social media saying, "Well, you complain, but he doesn't do drugs or anything, man, and he doesn't call women bitches, man. So he doesn't do drugs, so you have to watch it, man. Screw you! I don't give a crap whether he calls people bitches or does drugs. What's that got to do with it? It's supposed to be a halftime show for people who probably have never seen a football game all year. They're having parties, guys' wives who could care less about the game, and their families and their children to see what's going on at halftime to entertain us while they get their food and sit down and get another drink and get comfortable and get all the stuff to entertain themselves. And that's the halftime show?
Prince did a lot of prescription drugs and called women names all the time, and he gave the greatest halftime show of all time.
Why that? I mean, I'm sure the guy's a wonderful guy. I don't mean this has nothing to do with race or I guess this generational thing. But I'm thinking, who the hell would watch it? I mean, seriously, who are they aiming for? And why are they aiming for that target audience in the NFL with all their gambling? And all their divisiveness and all their, racist stuff and gambling and everything else, the lowest common denominator. And then their halftime show is for what? Gangbangers? And, freaking NFL. And I know, look, why don't we go overseas and play all our games, and then we'll put it on a freaking app you have to get on a watch. How about that? Now, no longer on TV, you got to get a freaking app for it. And your toenail. Yeah, the toenail app, the NFL toenail app coming next week.
It's not generation at all.
Yeah. Take me now. Take me now.
Don't tempt it.
Generation gap. My God. A chasm. It's a chasm, I tell you. Jeez. Look out. The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's a camera. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
The business world knows that Donald Trump is not fond of DEI initiatives. And have you noticed, ever since the election, companies have been toning down their ridiculous diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Companies are going to start hiring based on merit rather than skin color and plumbing. Costco being the one holdout there. NATO countries are starting to step forward and say, okay, we're going to pay the dues that we owe to this organization. It looks like common sense is about to win out over progressive idiocy in Washington, D.C.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
The Atlanta Braves giveaways for this season are here, and you don't want to miss this lineup. Bobbleheads feature Chris Sale and Marcell Ozuna, presented by Delta, and a throwback bobblehead featuring Chipper Jones from the 2000 All-Star Game, presented by SeatGeek. Fans can also look forward to collectibles like the 1995 World Series replica ring and red home jersey giveaways presented by Coke, and a replica of Truist Park, perfect for your office. Visit Braves.com/promos to purchase your tickets today.
Experience luxury like never before behind the wheel of a brand new Cadillac from Jim Ellis Cadillac.
From the iconic Escalade to the innovative electric Lyriq, Jim Ellis Cadillac offers the models you know and love, along with the latest in luxury EVs.
And the buying experience just as luxurious as the Cadillac name itself. With great prices, a great selection, and a team of knowledgeable sales associates, you'll love shopping at their showroom conveniently located on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter.
Prefer to shop from home? Visit JimEllisCadillac.com, where you can browse all the latest offers and even start or complete your entire purchase online with the Jim Ellis Expressway.
Want to try before you buy? Schedule an at-home test drive and enjoy the convenience of home vehicle delivery. Luxury is waiting. Experience it today at Jim Ellis Cadillac. Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best.
Jim Ellis, expect the best.
While we may have won this election, the fight to restore our great nation is truly only beginning. Patriot Mobile is leading the charge. As America's only Christian conservative wireless provider, Patriot Mobile offers a way to vote with your wallet without compromising on quality or convenience. Patriot Mobile isn't just about providing exceptional cell phone service. It's a call to action to defend our rights and our freedoms. With Patriot Mobile, you'll get outstanding nationwide coverage, the same that you have from your other providers, because they operate on all three major networks. But the difference is, every dollar you spend supports the First and Second Amendments, the sanctity of life, our veterans and first responders. Switching is easy. Keep your number, keep your phone, or upgrade. Their 100% U.S.-based customer support team will help you find the perfect plan. Right now, go to patriotmobile.com/Beck or call 972-PATRIOT and get a free month of service with promo code Beck. Switch to Patriot Mobile today and defend freedom with every call and every text you make. Visit patriotmobile.com/Beck or call 972-PATRIOT.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning would like to thank you for trusting them with your heating and air conditioning and home performance needs by throwing the 28th Annual Winter White Sale going on right now through the end of February. And you can save up to $2,000 because with carrier rebates, the best in the business, working with the best in the business at Central, you're guaranteed to get the best deals possible. And why is Central Heating and Air Conditioning the best? Well, they're one of the few locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and it's still that way today. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house health and possibly your family's health with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speeds, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air's 28th Annual Winter White Sale goes through the end of February, so check them out online at centralheat.com or call them at 770-GET-HEAT and turn to your Atlanta carrier expert.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Neil Bortz here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now, I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPsETC.com.
Here we go. No Supremes, but it was Diana Ross. On this day, 2004, Diana Ross got 2 days in jail. Pleaded no contest to drunk driving, allowed to enter the plea over the telephone from New York. Her lawyer said Diana Ross would serve her term at a prison near her home in L.A. Diana Ross arrested in December of 2002. Tests showed she was twice the legal limit. Wow, 2004. She got 2 days in jail. It doesn't say if she got anything else. Usually they yank your license. And that's, I don't know. I've never been caught. You've been caught for one. Never mind. Oh, sorry, I should have said that.
Not this
never
country.
no food. No, not in America. In America, no. Convicted, never convicted. That's I did spend the night in jail with my neighbor George, who did get pulled over for drunk driving because we were in his Mustang convertible coming back from a golf tournament in South Carolina, driving back to Alpharetta or Roswell, and got pulled over because cops saw me driving through not Gainesville, Canton or someplace, driving while I was drinking a beer in the passenger seat, and the cop said, "Oh, I don't think that's good." He pulled us over and put us both in jail. Anyway, that was a fun phone call to my wonderful wife who loved me, Hoppo. A birthday list includes Elizabeth Banks, Elfie Trinket in the Hunger Games, Wild Style in the Lego Movie, directed Charlie's Angels remake. Elizabeth Banks directed the Charlie Angels remake and the second Pitch Perfect movie where she played Gail, and she directed Cocaine Bear. Elizabeth Banks is 51 years old, and she went to high school at Pittsfield High School with my golfing buddy, a pro golfing tour guy, Matt, who went to school with her in the Berkshires back in the 70s or whatever, the 80s or was it 70s? I don't know, my God, she's 51 years old.
Smart, beautiful woman.
Beautiful, yeah. And the 40-year-old virgin, she was had every role she's done that I've seen her, she was great. And also Seabiscuit. She was fantastic in Seabiscuit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
hey, did you see where Tony Roberts died over the weekend?
No, I didn't. Oh, my God, no. He called
85 years old, all the Woody Allen movies he was in.
Oh, my God. And we had the sunsuit driving Woody Allen, and then when he got to
Alpha Waves. Alpha Waves.
He had twins, Max. Twins. 14-year-old twins, Max. Oh, my God. Oh, well, 85, I'll tell you, that's kind of young. I don't know. All of a sudden, I don't get too excited. But I remember saying, oh, God, 85. Geez, I'll take 85 right now. Well, no, I won't. I'm sorry. I just...
Hell of a run.
I keep saying, take me now, and I'm kind of feeling I'm going to be in for it. Anyway, at 3:39, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. I understand history. This was a bizarre story. I remember this some time ago. I wasn't there, obviously. But the General Tom Thumb got married. His real name is Charles Sherwood Stratton. He married Lavinia Warren on this day in 1863 in New York City. A lavish event captivated the nation, was called the Fairy Wedding. Charles was known as General Tom Thumb. He was a celebrity performing in P.T. Barnum's Hall of Curiosities. General Tom Thumb stood 36 inches tall. His girl, the Queen of Beauty, Lavinia Warren, a fellow little person, worked for Barnum. She was 30 inches tall. The wedding took place at Grace Episcopal Church at the Metropolitan Hotel reception. They greeted guests from the top of a grand piano. The wedding attended by congressmen, generals, members of New York society. President Abraham Lincoln hosted a reception for the couple at the White House. 1863, we're talking. The impact of the Tom Thumb wedding was a major event in 19th century culture, so popular it knocked the Civil War coverage off the front page of the New York Times for days, and the wedding inspired what are called Tom Thumb weddings, where children pretended to get married. The Tom Thumb wedding, 1863. Holy smokes. All right, here we go. 341, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Let's see. Jeez, Pete Davis, any... did you watch the game? Obviously didn't. Now, Flounder, did you and Miss Veronica watch the game? You had any reaction on ads or halftime or any of that stuff? Or did you even see it?
I was asleep when the game started pulling away. So, I was asleep before halftime.
Yeah. I lasted till the early first quarter and said, I'm not watching this crap anymore. And Pete Davis said, now we got a lot of sports coming up later. Any overreaction on... were you surprised? Or I was surprised at how badly Patrick Mahomes did, honestly. And what a great game by the Eagles.
Let's talk about the ads a little bit.
Yeah,
let's talk about
do.
the ads. A lot of people talk about the ads. One of the first ones that stood out, none of them were really great, but there were a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
The Lilo and Stitch movie one where the little cartoon ran across the field and they couldn't catch him and everything.
Yeah.
That was a good ad.
Yeah.
Everybody liked that one. The YouTube fan ad where you go through history as a fan and people keep blocking your view and everything.
Yeah.
That was very well done.
They did a lot of... I remember I wrote down some notes about the short clips they did. It was very well... Production was really, really good at that one.
What'd you think of the Dunkin' Donut? Because I didn't like the one they did last year with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I hate these Dunkin' Donut ads. But it was interesting. They had Bill Belichick standing there, and you see who was standing next to him.
His girl, his little 22-year-old.
Hottie.
Yeah, his little
who
hottie
looked
chick.
fantastic.
Yeah, she's a dish. Hell, oh my God, yeah. And they made a big deal. She made a code of all his game-winning tributes to Bill Belichick on a leather jacket.
Did you see what she wore in? She wore in a Falcons. Congratulations, Falcons, and winning the Super
champions.
Bowl. Yeah, dig him.
My God.
Belichick put her up to that.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Unbelievable. The Ben Affleck thing with that business. Let's see. He didn't have Matt Damon and Tom Brady, so he had his brother Casey Affleck, Bill Belichick, and his girlfriend. Then they had Donnie Wahlberg, Jeremy Strong, Chasing Amy co-stars, Jason and Kevin, who were the Jay and Silent Bob. And a lot of people are saying they weren't very thrilled with it. It was Ben Affleck looks rough. His 42 divorces have caught up to him. Another one said, to Does Jennifer Garner know that Ben Affleck got out of his cage again and is terrorizing American people on TV? I mean, that's pretty cold. I mean, geez.
I thought it was cold at the end of the game. You may have missed it. Matt Damon and what's that kicker? David something, the British soccer star, the handsome dude.
Yeah.
David
Beckham. Yeah.
David Beckham. Matt Damon did something. I forget what it was for. But at the end of it, he didn't know who he was. And he goes, "Oh, so you're a famous soccer player?" And he goes, "Yeah, how famous?" He goes, "Well, kind of famous. Maybe Ben Affleck famous." And Matt Damon goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." It was a nice game.
Well, that's clever. I mean, I didn't see that.
But how about Fox? Now, we did it 3 cities, L.A., Philadelphia, and Atlanta. Put a avowed Nazi on a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
The man admitted to being a Nazi last week.
Is this the Yeezy thing? Is this the Yeezy? The Yeezy with what the hell was the diamond teeth? And then if you go to that website, it's Kanye West selling Nazi clothes or something. What the hell is all that about?
It was all about him and his website, same way he treats his wife, his slave wife.
He makes him go naked.
Him.
He makes him go nude.
How could they have not have pulled that when he came out last week, another anti-Semitic rant, and basically said, "I am a Nazi."
Bragged.
He literally says it.
He bragged about it. Yeah. He announced it.
And Fox airs that.
Affirmed it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it.
Somebody should be fired for that.
I didn't get any. I didn't understand it. Once again, what the hell?
It's all about him.
Yeah.
It's all about him. He's crazy.
But again, can you imagine families watching? It used to. It's like Miss America, where the family would get together and watch Ed Sullivan show. I mean, my God, it was just you can't. It's just gone. It's all gone.
Well,
it's all gone.
It's American pop culture. We have handed 90% of our American pop culture to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Can we take Swatoon's on the line? I believe
Absolutely.
You want to do it? Okay, Swatoon, thanks for holding, sir. Welcome aboard. How you doing? What did you think and what's up? Oh, I chased him away. The man hung up. He had to go. He had to go back to work and be with his family. An incredible story.
Did we lose him?
Swatoon?
We lost him.
I'm sorry, man. I'll tell you, I call again if you have a chance. We'd love to talk to you, as always. 3:45.
How about the point they're showing the celebrities there, and they're going, there's so-and-so, there's so-and-so, there's Adam Sandler, and there's Paul McCartney, there's a Beatle sitting there, and they're talking about Adam Sandler's here.
I know, it's unbelievable. It was like, I think I remember that guy.
And I like Adam Sandler, but there's a Beatle
Paul
over
McCartney,
there.
Yeah, it's like how many, God.
It's only 2 left.
Yeah, it's not that low, jeez. Anyway, 3:46, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's your Monday so far? Good Lord, we got it all. And political stuff with you, and U.S. aid packages for weapons cache at Hezbollah. Oh, goody. And there's nothing wrong with federal spending. Here we go. Look out.
The first 100 days of President Trump's second term will move fast. And with changes coming down every day, count on Atlanta's conservative voice to bring you the latest updates without the mainstream spin. The Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show. Our huge lineup has you covered from your drive in to your drive home. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and streaming across Georgia on the Extra app.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Ventrac. Not everyone has a need for a tractor, but for those of you who do, you need to check out Ventrac tractors at Howard Brothers. Ventrac is the ultimate versatile compact tractor. This machine has multiple attachment options. It conquers steep slopes, handles heavy brush mowing, and much, much more. Ventrac is absolutely your all-season solution. Visit Howard Brothers or go to howardbrothers.com and see how Ventrac can handle your projects with ease.
A lot of us have a 401k, but many of us don't know what we should do with them as we get closer to retirement. I'm here with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, what would you personally recommend?
Well, Kevin, what we recommend is when you separate service from your employer or when you turn 59 and a half, you need to look at what your options can be, because within a 401k, you're getting payroll deduction, you're getting a handful of different options, but it's very limited because a 401k is a one-size-fits-all for everybody in your company. Well, what we do when we have options to go outside the 401k, even while you're still employed, you can continue to contribute, but you can move those into different and better options than what you have within your 401k. And so we want to be able to run our 401k x-ray, be able to show you exactly what it is you are doing within your portfolio, and then see what your options are outside of that to improve your circumstance.
Because, Evan, let's be honest, retirement, this is not a one-size-fits-all answer, right? These are individual, personalized plans you're going to put together. Everybody's situation is going to be different, right?
Of course. And so, the 401k gives you a limited set of options because that is what has to be available to the client. But outside of your 401k, you have thousands of options that are often a lot more custom and tailor-made to your personal needs.
If you'd like more details, pick up the phone and call Evan Ward today and the team at Atlas Retirement. They are standing by to answer your questions. 678-736-7799. 678-736-7799. Pick up that complimentary 401k x-ray, or you can get more details online today. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? That's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth, or they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there, napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com.
Hey, homeowners, it's Flounder, and I'm here to keep you warm. Well, I won't, but my friends at Dobbs Heating and Air will. As a new homeowner myself, I prefer working with local, family-owned companies who value what matters to me and treats my home like it's their own. The Dobbs family have a passion for what they do, and taking care of people is their primary goal. So if your home needs help staying warm right now, call Dobbs Heating and Air and experience the Dobbs difference. And check them out online at dobbshvac.com.
The older I get, the more I think about trust. I think about the people in my life who have my trust and earned my trust, and the trust that I have placed in some people who I later learned abused that trust. I know we're alike in that way. We don't trust a lot of people anymore. It's like we're all Ronald Reagan, trust but always verify to make sure we're not making a mistake. I find it a little exhausting, quite honestly, and that's why I started realestateagentsitrust.com. I didn't have good experiences with buying and selling my homes. So we built Real Estate Agents I Trust to introduce you to one of the thousands of agents all over the country that we work with, that we have verified that they will help you have the most successful and good real estate transaction possible. Our network agents share our sensibilities, have great track records, are good and decent people, and I trust them to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're moving across town or across the country, visit realestateagentsitrust.com. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
I'm down sensei. Dumbado.
I'm gonna use it.
Gonna use this, baby.
Who sings this?
This is the Pretender people.
Let's keep it that way.
Thank you very much. Here we go. Well, you can't understand my sensei. What the hell is that? You're not even saying anything. They're not words. Just sounds, however.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Easter leaning? The D-Doc? What the hell? Make you floppy.
Notice.
My arms. And my legs. I got
my legs.
Gonna use my what? My sensei?
Sexy.
Oh, my sexy. Okay, well, again, here we go, sing it. That's right, baby. That's my girl right here. The Pretenders, 1980, number one in Britain there with their debut studio album. It features their hit single Stop Your Sobbing, Kid, written by Ray Davies for the Kinks, and Brass in Pocket. They made the top 10 Billboard 200 in America, Pretenders, 1980. I just used to be amused. I could never understand what the hell is got my sensei and what the hell is she talking about. Anyway, our birthday list includes the hideous Laura Dern, the anti-American Jurassic Park star, 58 years old, the David Lynch classics Blue Velvet and Wild at Heart. She was also Vice Admiral hating America's Holdo in Star Wars, The Last Jedi.
Horrible actress.
And won an Oscar for The Marriage Story, where she said she hated America and everything Americans stand.
She's good in Jurassic Park. Did you see where they're doing another Jurassic Park with Scarlett Johansson?
How many can they do? What's the latest one? I remember, like the seventh one is where now they're putting them on display and you can play with them now, or they're hunting with people, or what?
This is where a bunch of commandos, soldiers of fortune, go to the island that they put the bad ones on. They didn't tell anybody about that they couldn't handle. Yeah. And those idiots show up there and bad things happen.
And now, do they know they're trying to get the bad ones, or they just think they're taking a vacation? Oh, they do know. So they're, oh my God.
It's worse than they thought.
How many possible AI type Big Time Charlie technical special effects can you have of a dinosaur other than eating and ripping people apart? I mean,
did I mention Scarlett Johansson's running around sweating in this?
Okay, all right. Okay. She's still married to that guy, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Is it serious?
That's what I always ask. You got a boyfriend? Was it serious?
Is it serious?
3:55. Chief, we got so much about the Super Bowl, and we got a million. Oh, by the way, just a quick headline, and I want to do a couple commercial more things. U.S. aid pack. Oh, I hate these stupid U.S. Hezbollah soldier. God, stinking U.S. New York Post. Let me read the freaking article. Every time I touch it, it goes, oh, here's another commercial. U.S. aid packages found among Hezbollah weapons cache in Lebanon. Israeli soldiers found humanitarian packages from U.S. aid among the weapons by the terror group in Lebanon. A former IDF soldier and a currently executive director of an Institute for National Security said, from the American taxpayer to Hezbollah with love. He found sniper rifles, anti-tank missiles, explosives along the care packages marked U.S. aid while on patrol in an undisclosed village in Lebanon where Iran-backed Hezbollah had a big stronghold. And President Trump tried to dismantle U.S. aid, and all the Democrats are even saying, oh, so they can still do gay shows in Iraq. It's still better for the whole country that way. No, it's not, you idiots. Anyway, but we'll get more of that here in a second. 3:55. 3:56, good God. Flounder, we'll do Flounder's Fun here in just 1 second. A couple of quick things about some of the ads. I did remember reacting very emotionally to an ad. And by the way, most of them where I reacted emotionally, they never told you what the product was until the very last second. You didn't know what the hell they were talking about.
It's stupid.
It made me madder than crap. Anyway, one of them was where a guy, his phone, a guy was looking, I guess an out-of-work dad looking for a job, and he had his family, he was worried about her, and he had a little girl. And maybe it's like little girl's first day of school, and she came back and kissed him because he was in the car crying or something and sad stuff. And it was for Google Pixel. I mean, like a daddy and his little girl, and he was trying to find something to help the family, and she didn't want to leave him. Oh, Jesus, God.
Maybe the cutest one was the one with the sloths being really slow.
Yeah, that one, I saw you.
Okay. What beer were they pushing?
Again, I wrote it down. I had to write it down. I don't remember, but I've got it here.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I have the sloth notes here. And one that did get me, too, was... they were singing "Take Me Home, Country Roads," which, by the way, one of my daughters, that was her song when I used to play it on the radio for her. "Take Me Home, Country Roads," and they showed troops coming back to people and all that kind of stuff, and it was for Rocket, whatever that, Rocket Mortgage. And it was, "Take Me Home, Country Roads," and it was, reunions. It made you cry.
Harrison Ford's 40-minute commercial about a Jeep.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did a lot of oldies. I mean, in fact, who was I just looking at? Kevin Bacon, Matthew McConaughey, Kevin Bacon, Martha Stewart. And
Eugene Levy.
Yeah, they had all the cast from all those old shows. And then, of course, you had Greta the Nazi, the autistic Nazi from, Holland or someplace, Greta Thunberg. She was in the Martha Stewart commercial. Greta Thunberg. But she was in the Kevin Bacon commercial for Uber Eats. That was that Nazi girl. Anyway, 3:58. Wait, time for a little Flounder's Funny here. Flounder at all? Here we go.
Yeah, this is this is a short one, but this is funny. This is Bill Burr years ago reacting to when the Super Bowl comes into town.
Excellent.
You know, I was reading a little bit about you, and it says that you have a tendency to kind of go with your first thought.
Yeah.
Because reading makes you sleepy.
That's right. And my first thought is this is the best week to be here, the week before the Super Bowl.
That is so true.
Before all the whores fly in, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to get out. Wow. I just want to get out of here before that. What is true? This is like the Oscars for prostitutes.
Okay, all right.
This entire week.
Let's remember we're G-rated here.
He was on a morning show on like ABC or something like that.
And they really didn't expect that. Remember, it's like when Norm Macdonald went on The View. He said, well, Lisa Clintons, didn't they kill a guy? And he said, no way, I thought you were supposed to be funny. Well, the Clintons killed a guy, my God. No. I love it when they do that. Let's see. Oh, you know, one of the ones that really got me was the old ladies, and they're going slow on the road, and then the old lady turns around and flashes everybody. It was for WeatherTech. You remember that when the old lady, since she has a raincoat, turns around and flashes the guy? It was for WeatherTech. Of all, I mean, anyway, I don't know, bizarre. All right, 4 o'clock, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. I love to have you join us. A lot of political stuff. We'll get all to it here, coming up here. Donald Trump and what he said about Prince Harry, and we got it all. Here we go. Look out.
and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
The Trump buyout remains blocked. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. A federal judge just announcing that President Trump's deferred resignation program for federal employees will remain on hold for now, while the judge considers a longer-term ruling.
The White House says more than 65,000 federal workers accepted a deal that allows them to resign immediately and be paid through the fiscal year. The program is tied to a back-to-the-office policy. A Thursday night deadline was initially set for individuals to decide, but that was put on hold for arguments today.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The judge did not say when he expects to make a final decision. Democratic lawmakers rallying in front of the Social Security headquarters in Maryland.
We have one simple message, which is Elon Musk, keep your hands off of our Social Security.
Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen after reports of Elon Musk's government efficiency workers scrutinizing more federal agencies.
Doge is taking a lot of incoming. They've been bombarded with lawsuits trying to stall their progress and handcuff their efforts to continue to expose the fraud and waste of Americans' taxpayers' dollars. Federal judge ruling over the weekend that Doge cannot have access to the Treasury payment system out of concern that sensitive information could be disclosed. President Trump says these court rulings are crazy and that Doge will not be deterred.
Fox Business's Hillary Vaughn on Capitol Hill. President Trump has more tariffs on the way.
He is set to announce a 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports into the U.S. Later on this week, we're also supposed to be hearing about reciprocal tariffs that are ahead. Any country who charges the U.S. will so also be charged.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. The president has also said actions taken by Canada and Mexico so far to stave off tariffs aren't good enough. Stocks finish higher. The Dow up 166 at the bell. America's listening to Fox News.
When you hear the term living better, what do you think about? More money? A bigger house? Maybe a yacht? What about how you feel physically? How you wake up each day? How you sleep? What activities you can and cannot do? When you feel good, life is good. So if pain is affecting your life, see how Relief Factor can help. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, it doesn't just mask pain temporarily. It helps reduce or even eliminate pain. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So give their 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95. Less than $1 a day. And it just takes a phone call. 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. wherever you're hurting, in 3 weeks or even days. Relief Factor can give you a chance to rediscover the true meaning of living better again. Visit relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
All right, I got now. 403. Kimmer, Pete, and
Your favorite.
Flounder, and I'm going to turn up my headphones now. Luckily, my left ear rocket's not working anymore. I knew there was something wrong all morning long, and I finally tried.
Here, let me help with that.
Yeah, guys. Thank you. Yeah, that did it. Oh, Lordy. I hate this guy. I'm so sorry. It's just annoying. I'm sorry. I know you love it. Being quiet just for you to enjoy it. All right, 1979, old Rod there started a 4-week run at number one with Do You Think I'm Sexy? His third number one, first hit number one in Britain. Rod started a 3-week run at number one on the album chart with Blondes Have More Fun. Rod Stewart, that's 1979. Phone calls take priority at 404-741-1230 to the phones. Rocco, you're on the radio, man. Happy Monday. What do you think? What's going on? How about a weekend, huh?
Hey, Kimmer, what's going on, man?
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, I got 2 quick things for you.
All right.
For the past 4 years, I've been told that I use my white privilege, and that we have to have DEI forced into every aspect of our lives.
Well, because we're not fair. Exactly. Yeah,
right. Last night I was watching the halftime show.
Yeah.
And I did not see one person, because Pete talked about Prince and all the past shows.
Yeah.
I didn't see one person that looked like me, you, Flounder, or Pete. Not one. not no dancer, nobody.
Yeah. Well,
and so I know.
Well, obviously, and again, the problem. I mean, who's ever produced? I mean, who's it even in charge? Who's in charge?
I think Jay-Z. Jay-Z was in charge of it.
Well, but I mean, does the NFL decide, or does CBS decide, or does the NFL? I mean, who decides who's going to do the halftime show? Somebody has to. Somebody has to make a decision. Who makes this?
I want you to know that I am the newest member of your club. According to my 22-year-old daughter.
Yes, okay.
I'm sitting there watching the halftime show, and I said, who is that? What is that? What are they saying? What is this about? I swear to God, my daughter looked straight in my face and said, you sound like the Kimmer. The clueless old man club has no idea what anything is. So I guess I get a T-shirt, or I don't know, but I'm in the clueless
bless
old
your
man
daughter.
club.
You've raised a good girl there, no question about it.
She's listened to the show, and she's watched the show, in my shop and everything. But clueless old man, I had no idea.
Well, here's the thing. I really am serious. Who is it? Some one person has to say, okay, we're going to get so-and-so for the halftime show. Who is it? Is it the network? Is it NFL?
NFL has the bottom line.
Okay, so somebody at the NFL made the deliberate decision in their programming to attract an audience for the halftime show of whom? Who were they trying to attract?
I would rather watch a hologram of the Beatles.
I watched the Puppy
Stones
Bowl
in their
for
early years.
I mean,
I would rather watch a hologram.
Yeah.
Just something.
Yeah,
something that appeals to a wide variety of people. Not somebody coming out of a clown car, 14 people. They're coming from underneath the stage. It's like, what is this?
But the thing, to me, the people who are watching the Super Bowl and having the Super Bowl parties and doing a thing in their life that they've never done before, and we're all talking about the day after because of da-da-da-da-da, those are millions and millions of people, not only around the world, but in America, who are watching the game maybe for the first time all year. They don't really care about the game, but it's a part of the thing. So that's the entertainment while they're, getting their salads and dinners and just sitting around and ready to waiting for the game to go back. Is that for those families with 12-year-old boy who wants to be a football player, or maybe that's for him? But how? Guys like me, I can't believe it. Who are they trying to attract?
So, Kimmer, does the clueless old man meet by Zoom? Or is that
yeah, I'll be in touch.
Or do we meet,
we're
going to meet at the Waffle House?
We're going to get jackets. Rocco.
All of a sudden, I swear to God, she said, "You sound like the Kimmer." I had no idea what was going on.
That poor girl. Anyway, well, you're raising a good girl there, and give her a big hug for us all. And thanks, Rocco. I appreciate it. That's very clever, man. I don't. And again, it's not. It's just I just wonder, what do they try? I mean, I didn't care because I did other things, but I worked on the show. In fact, during the halftime, I did birthdays and histories for today. I mean, seriously, it was just stupid. Anyway, and in fact, speaking of that, I don't want to let you down here. Glenn Beck is 61 right there. So, yes, sir. Yes.
Did you see a rock and roll icon selling out for Dove soap?
No, I don't know if I have that. And probably after, was that in the second half?
Yeah, it's the second half.
I didn't see any second half ads. I'm
sitting there watching a little girl run down the street. It's for Dove soap, and in the background, the music playing is Bruce Springsteen's "Born to Run."
Oh Lord!
That's what he saw. His signature song outside of "Born in the USA," and he sells it to Dove soap.
Wow. Yeah. That's I'll tell you, I spot I did think was amusing. Two things. One I thought was amusing was liquid death. Oh my God, airline pilots are drinking liquid death. They're chugging it. These old ladies, school bus drivers drinking liquid death, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And then I didn't know the last second. Relax, it's water or whatever it was. I had no idea. I didn't know what that was.
Caffeinated water.
Yeah, I guess. Now let me ask you this, and I made a note of this. Let me make sure I got the note here because I was kind of it faked me out, and in a weird way. I got Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder again. 404-741-1235. It's a 410. A lot of political stuff. We have it all, and the booing and the thing and the stuff and the Richard Gere and the we got it all. But first, a couple things. Okay. Well, and speaking before the game, let's see. Okay. They showed Tom Brady and who's that black guy who hates pretends he likes Trump now? Was it Tom Brady and the black guy walking around?
Narrow it down.
Well, Tom Brady and the black guy are walking, and then the camera follows them as they head toward the camera, and all of a sudden there's a whole crowd of people behind them, and they're coming up to the piano girl, Lady Gaga.
Oh, Kurt Manatee.
I don't know, but it was Tom Brady and the black guy, and they're walking together. It wasn't the one where they're screaming at each other. It's when they're walking in the path, going up to the piano girl. And I'm thinking to myself, that looks so phony. Tom Brady was looking at where he stepped so he didn't fall. I mean, it just looked like it was totally theatrical. Horrible. It was just absolutely horrible.
Well, and Kimmer, The nation can't come together until Lady Gaga puts on a crazy dress.
Okay, but here's what happened in me in my head. And again, I'm sitting there and I'm 3 sheets to the wind or anything. All right, so I see that, and I thought, I'm saying, oh, this is horrible. And I wrote down "F-U." I swear to God, I actually wrote on my little picture "F-U" because it was so bad, just horrible. And then all of a sudden, this crowd, and I said it was really sad, it's really horrible. And then all of a sudden, I see the girl at the piano. I assumed it was Lady Gaga, but I didn't know who it was, and because she didn't look that. Whatever. And she's got this huge white hat, and then they showed the long shot. Her dress was about 80 feet long. She's singing the piano, and she starts singing all this stuff, and then it's "Raise Your Hands," and all of a sudden the crowd is doing a thing, and they're doing a whole emotional thing, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, they're trying to get me to weep out loud or something like this, and I'm thinking, what's this unity crap? I don't know. I just something about it, and for a while it was very touching, and when she hit the thing at the end, it was really very, very emotional. But again, it was just, they're going out of their way to try to make a thing, and it sort of offended me in that they're really, I don't know, trying too hard. I don't know.
They make a theatrical production out of the supposedly a solemn moment of reflection about the tragedy, which was caused by the dereliction of duty by New Orleans.
It makes a point you mentioned to me before the show started about what should happen in New Orleans from now on forever.
I want the Sugar Bowl and the Super Bowl out of there until they figure out how to protect people, because all that they didn't have the police ready to put the barricades up that they had installed for a lot of money,
which didn't work. Yeah.
Had them down, which allowed that idiot that terrorist to drive through and kill all those people.
Yeah.
And then during the Super Bowl, they allowed some crazy guy who was one of the dancers actually carrying in contraband and unveil a flag for Hamas and Sudan and everything. He could have had anything in his pants, ricin or anything.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I remember this woke police chief, who's a 107-year-old biddy, didn't have any idea that there were such a thing as police barriers, and she didn't know they had them.
Fired from another city. Was it Oakland they chased her out of?
Yeah, I think it was Oakland. Or one of the. I think it was Oakland. I mean, it's unfreaking believable.
They've proven they cannot handle security in that town. They've proven they can, not at the Sugar Bowl and not at the Super Bowl.
Well, I mentioned in passing, when I lived there, my daughter Sarah was born there. God bless her. And my wife Hoppo, I love so much. We just had a great thing going there for several years before I came back to Atlanta, whatever. But again, I mentioned New Orleans, then and now forever, is known as an incestuous city. And by that I mean there's only a certain number of people who run everything. 5% of that population runs everything else. There's no business. There's no industry. All they have is service industry, and that means the bosses have the underlings, and that's the ballgame. The crew mentality, everything's different. It's all political power. It's corrupt as hell. They had the worst police department in the history of the world for decades. They say they're getting better now, but trust me, it's a sewer, and there's nothing in the future for it. Anyway, and they act like it. God bless you, Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana and Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, are both from Louisiana. I don't know how they're surviving down there. Anyway, 414, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's Monday. We got it all. And politics, and we got the Trump stuff. They're after him again. They're trying to impeach him already, dear Lord. Look out.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
No, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I understand the Eagles won, and that's great, because I've had Travis Kelce and what's her name up to here. But I was interested in the commercials, to see if anybody could be as clever as I was with my vacuum world where business really sucks ad and others. So I tuned in just before the game, and what do we see? They're going to sing the Black National Anthem. No, thank you. There is only one national anthem, and lift every voice and sing Ain't It. I wish it was America the Beautiful, but I don't see that happening. Then I got tricked into watching some of the end of the game. I heard that there were some Doge commercials, the Department of Government Efficiency, so I tuned in to see one of those. No luck. I can't find them on YouTube, but I hope they were aired, because I can just only imagine how the left will go bat guano crazy when they see those things. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are dismantling the Democrat Party's very reason for existence. Big, huge, overpowering, oppressive government. And the Democrats are filing lawsuits left and right to try to stop him. Have they introduced any legislation on their own to respond to the obvious voter demand for less government? No. They just go to judges. Stop him. Stop him from doing this. Stop him from doing that. And they're most afraid of Trump actually succeeding in getting rid of the Department of Education. That's the Democrat cash cow. The strongest labor union in America, teachers' unions, give 95% of their donations to the Democrat Party. Democrats are scared to death of losing that money. Okay, I'm going to go on a search for those Doge commercials again. Maybe they'll show up somewhere today. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey, it's Tug. When it comes to your home, Southern Exteriors has you covered. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows. If it's on the outside, they do it all. For over 20 years, they've been the go-to for homeowners across the South. And right now, you can get 0% financing for 12 months or 10% off any job. Don't wait. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co today. Southern Exteriors, where the outside matters most.
It's only me. It's only the Kimmer, 417. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Nice to have you aboard with us today. Have you got your new safe yet? Holy cow. I've been putting videos, stuff that I'm throwing away and going through at my place. And reminds me of, my daughter Jennifer's going to be visiting here in a few weeks, by the way, for the record. And she's going to go through all the stuff that she wants or doesn't want or anything else at some point. But again, it reminds me of the things I do want to save forever, including the special things. She has put albums together for me and stuff like that girls have. So those are the things you want to save, along with things like I lost down in Florida when I went there without my Atlanta safe house safe, and medical records gone. VA says take it to whatever. My fault. Again, now medical records, financial records. They know who to call if something's happened, where my bank account is, what my credit card numbers are, financial statements, marriage and divorce papers, living will, for crying out loud. So, two little things, quick phone call, and everything's on the way. If something happens or you need it or whatever. The stuff to put in your safe. And the gun safes, holy cow. I've had the two I had here in Atlanta, they bolted from the inside to the concrete floor of my garage and down to the game room. Again, the pistol safes, these babies are always on sale. There's all kinds of rebates. And the top brand, like Browning and American Security, Fort Knox, they've got them all. There's always some kind of deal going on. And these, Jeff and Mark and the whole crew, these are the guys, they have like 180 safes on display. So if you stop, they have a showroom in Ackworth on Industrial Boulevard. Just go in and see what they have to offer for you. Always all kinds of deals. By the way, they rent safes for big marriage events or conventions and stuff like that to do repairs. They can change your locks. They can do all that stuff. Atlanta Safe House, taking care of business and taking care of your rights, too. Nobody's getting your master reset code. Please tell them the Kiver sent you. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Convenience is defined as the state of being able to proceed with something with little effort or difficulty. Well, at RBM of Atlanta, we embody this philosophy. Meet our Mercedes-Benz pickup and delivery service. It gives you back time and money. Does your Mercedes-Benz need service? If so, we'll pick up your vehicle that's requiring service from your home or office and bring it back to our dealership for the required service. With over 100 appointments available every weekday, over 50 appointments on Saturdays, and more than 200 courtesy vehicles in our fleet, we're here to serve. We'll work around your schedule. We're here to save you time, energy, and money. RBM of Atlanta is a J.D. Power 2023 Diamond Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience and Georgia's only 9-time Mercedes-Benz Best of the Best winner. We're proud to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964. Pickup and delivery service restrictions do apply. Ask your service coordinator or service advisor for details.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at forhers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
With Hers, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss plans, like compounded GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy. Based on pricing through Hers, save up to 91% per month with compounded semaglutide, the same active ingredient as the name brand drug. Get started at forhers.com/start today. That's forhers.com/start.
Yeah, Van Halen, baby. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 421. And 1979, Van Halen released their self-titled debut studio album, peaked at number 19, 1978 or 1978, yeah. And let's see, the album contains some of their most well-known songs, Runnin' with the Devil, Ain't Talking About Love, Jamie's Crying, and their cover of The Kinks' You Really Got Me. The 1 minute 42-second Eddie Van Halen instrumental Eruption, featured on the album, is considered one of the best electric guitar solos of all time and popularized the technique of two-handed tapping. Well, I had no idea. We should play that, Flounder. 1 minute and 42-second Eddie Van Halen instrumental Eruption. Do you know about that? Do you guys know about that?
He goes up and down the fret, tapping it.
Should we try to find? Can you find it, or is that
give me a
too
minute.
hard? It's the Eddie Van Halen Eruption. Yeah, if you get a second. And while you're doing that, I'll continue with our thing here. I didn't mean to throw you a curve, because, again, this is all we're just going along here. Our birthday list includes the hideous George Stephanopoulos Americanopoulos. He's 64. You saw it today there, little George. You know, you'd think he'd be sick of being a dirty freaking liar. Speaking of records, let me do this one. This would be kind of cool. Flounder's going to find that song for us. On this day in history... Oh, here we go.
Been doing it right there.
Eddie Van Halen. Wow, that's really that's really a thing.
Yeah.
You know, what should you be able to? Now, how do you suppose you can do that?
That's all he did was play guitar. He loved it.
Yeah, but you have to have the tensile dexterity of a mosquito or a bumblebee or a
strong hands.
Good Lord. Yeah. I mean, that's really incredible. Eddie Van Halen. 4 o'clock hour brought to you by our good friends at Atlanta Safe House. Silly, you need a safe. You don't know it. Now you know it. Kimmer's telling you all this kind of stuff. AtlantaSafehouse.com, showroom in Ackworth. And they'd love to have you stop in and say howdy. Geez, we got so much going here. Let's see. Okay, let me do this. A couple quick things. The former advisor to Barack Hussein Puditat, the divider-in-chief, has now come out clearly saying, after watching the Super Bowl and everything else, and Donald Trump's behavior and the fact he went to the game, the advisor to Puditat says the major sign of trouble they knew in the Biden campaign last time was when he wouldn't go to the Super Bowl and he wouldn't do an interview. He would not sit down for an interview for the Super Bowl. And now the people are coming out saying, well, we knew that, when this was going on. Now more people are saying, well, last time I had a meeting with him, he didn't know where he was. Finally, people are finally outing this whole disgraceful last 4 years. So with that point in mind, they say the fact that he did not go to the Super Bowl and did not do the interview like Donald Trump did made a big freaking difference in it. And Donald Trump, and again, Flounder, let's play that very first thing we did. It's like 15 seconds long. And again, I remember I was watching the TV, and in case you missed it, we'll move on to the political stuff here in a second with Donald Trump and stuff, but in case you missed it, the national anthem, which was, just spectacular. John Batiste. It was an unusual version, but it was, we really did a great job of it. There was no over-under how long it went, stuff like that. Anyway, Clay and Buck, on their show before ours, Clay made the comment. He said, I can prove this is true. The producer, director of that presentation deliberately waited until the word fight in the national anthem to show the picture of Donald Trump standing at attention and saluting, because the word fight was when Donald Trump raised his hand and said fight, fight, fight when they shot him in the face. And again, I'm thinking to myself, I didn't know that, but again, we're going to play the sound. The thing that astounded me was we just heard from Obama's people saying Biden screwed up by not going to the Super Bowl and being part of it. Everybody wondered what would happen when Donald Trump went to the Super Bowl in this liberal city of New Orleans, whether he would be booed or doxxed or what, they would go after him, whatever happened. And I'm telling you this, I had no idea about this planning for the word fight when they showed the picture on TV, but I was watching TV and I saw it. If you didn't watch TV, you're about to know, we're going to play this like 15, 20-second thing. You're going to know exactly the second when the TV in the stadium showed the picture of Donald Trump saluting at the word fight. Flounder, if you will.
Broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we wild.
Play it again, that word, and it gave me chills. It gives me chills right now still. Listen to the crowd saying, Mr. President.
Perilous fight for the ramparts
I guess me chills anyway. I just think it's a great sign, especially since the freaking Democrats are not done. In fact, the suspected child molester Chuck Schumer, I swear to God, at 3 o'clock, they were talking, the news story was about Chuck Schumer is now going to hold hearings on specific charges against everybody in the Doge committee, everybody on Donald Trump's team. Chuck, the suspected child molester Schumer, is going after them to investigate every single thing that he believes they're not legally entitled to do, like looking into the books. They're going to try to stop him in every single minute of every single person's activities.
Then the Republicans should go on offense and investigate every single dime that was spent.
You know the fraud in the. I mean, in fact, there's what's a $59 billion. Hold on a second. I mean, this is unfreaking believable.
Now they're going after him for Social Security, trying to say he's trying to cut checks. He's not. He's trying to get the fraud out of it.
I mean, my God.
So there will continue to be Social Security. You got to get the fraud out.
Yeah. Hold on. I got the thing. This $59 freaking million. Shocking revelation. The Biden administration signed to spend millions turning monkeys and mice transgender. Also, let's see, the next target from Doge, $59 million spent to put illegal migrants in luxury hotels in New York. FEMA sent $59 million last week to luxury hotels in New York to house illegal immigrants. When the people in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida and California are still going through all they've gone. I mean, this is unbelievable. And the Democrats, my God, Senator Chris freaking Coons, he's one lousy, dirty, stinking grease spot as far as I'm concerned. Oh, guess what? He's from Delaware. How unusual. And Chris Coons, he says, that $20 million they gave to Sesame Workshop in Iraq? We needed that. It's good for the country because it's a show that teaches value. It teaches public health and values and prevents people dying from dysentery. And so we need to spend that kind of money. They're defending everything, including tranny shows.
Did Bert and Ernie on the Iraq Sesame Street tell them that they needed to start marrying 9-year-olds and make 9-year-old basically the age of consent?
Well, they passed the law. They passed that law saying age of consent is like 9, 10, whatever the family.
Sesame Street do that over there?
Oh, absolutely. And by the way, the other thing is, if we take away that money, then Russia's going to make those programs for them, and China's going to make them. I'm saying, okay, for all the population that's going to suddenly turn on America because we don't no longer do the Sesame Street, I say let Russia do it all. I mean, who cares? I mean, what's the point? Who cares? Oh, my God. These people can't stop. We need to get them. Oh, God, 4:30, keep repeating flounders. Oh, man.
The Kimmer Show is only live on Extra 106.3 every weekday afternoon on your drive home. I have it on good authority that Flounder and Veronica thought long and hard for about 15 seconds to have you officiate.
I could have done
20.
I could have done it. If the guy backs out, I can still do it.
It'll be our backup.
You'll have 2 backups there.
The Kimmer Show every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning would like to thank you for trusting them with your heating and air conditioning and home performance needs by throwing the 28th Annual Winter White Sale going on right now through the end of February. And you can save up to $2,000 because with carrier rebates, the best in the business, working with the best in the business at Central, you're guaranteed to get the best deals possible. And why is Central Heating and Air Conditioning the best? Well, they're one of the few locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947. And it's still that way today. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house health and possibly your family's health with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speeds, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air's 28th Annual Winter White Sale goes through the end of February. So check them out online at centralheat.com or call them at 770-GET-HEAT and turn to your Atlanta carrier expert.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Okay, you're driving along. Suddenly you hear that horrible sound of metal and crunching. It's an accident. Even if it's a little minor fender bender, man, that could be a nightmare. First, obviously, take care of yourself. But before you make a deal with an insurance company or anybody else, call David Van Sant with Van Sant Law. You know why? Because he used to work for the insurance company, so he knows how to get the right settlement and right away. Van Sant Law. Don't forget, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. Protecting your interests. Insurance is great, but it's complicated. 855-GA-INJURY or vansantlaw.com.
Why shop for Valentine's Day at D. Geller & Son Jewelers? Because you don't want to end up like shouldn't have case number 735.
Hey, sweetheart, I got you something for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I went in a new direction this year. I think you're going to love this. Go ahead, open it.
Oh, wow. A new vacuum.
Not just any vacuum. This thing has a 500-watt motor, comes with multiple attachments, and it has 4 suction modes. So you'll never have to sleep again.
Wow, honey, you really shouldn't have.
A vacuum might save her from sweeping, but jewelry from D. Geller & Son will sweep her off her feet. This Valentine's Day, give a treasure, not a chore, with a beautiful piece of jewelry from D. Geller & Son. Like diamond hoops starting at $875, tennis bracelets starting at $15.15, and diamond studs starting at just $190. Save up to 20% with our Valentine's gift guide, or go big and get 0% APR financing for 5 years. Take the risk out of shopping this Valentine's Day at D. Geller & Son, making her sparkle, not her floors, since 1939. In Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal. Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turfco to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turfco was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turfco to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
There we go, stay by. I think we all know this is The Clash. Kimmer show there. I know. You have to let that rock and roll. No, I'm just saying that last week. Shake it to the top. 1977, The Clash started recording their debut album in London over 3 weekend sessions. By the third of the 3 sessions, the album was recorded, mixed to completion, and the tapes delivered to CBS the start of March 1977. It cost about $5,000 to make it. The Clash, rock the Casbah. Let's see, 4:35 to the phones, taking priority. Brandon, you're on the radio, man. How's it going? What's up?
Hey there. Good to chat with you. I'm glad you played Mick Jones in The Clash. The interesting thing about Doge is, like, if we're on a street and 10 of us have homes there, but 3 of the people live off the rest of us, it's going to be ugly when we decide to end that process, but off we go. It's got to be done.
Well, I mean, the only possible explanation for anybody complaining about trying to get rid of waste and corruption is that they are either benefiting from the waste and corruption, or they don't care either way and don't want to lose any of the power they still have, which may be gone when they get rid of the waste and corruption. Is there any other explanation? Anything?
I think one other way to look at it is, again, it's not just waste and corruption. It's let's cut the spending like Elon did at Twitter. And so he's like, you look at Katie Britt, the senator, she's upset now that the University of Alabama, Birmingham or so is going to lose all this money. Yeah, that might be the case, but you just can't run a metro just on federal money.
Right. I mean, we're not in this to make people happy. It's exploding. How many trillions of dollars in debt? I mean, and the money, there's $59 million to New York City hotels. Well, the people don't have a home anymore when the hurricanes. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, and you saw a bunch of the medical stocks sold off today with this NIH spending cut.
Yeah.
And all these folks who are like fat and happy at a medical job at a university, this or that, they're all complaining, but I'm sorry, you're not supposed to take taxpayer money to then launder it into private profits.
Right. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not being an American. You know, if you're cheating and deceiving, you're not doing the right thing. And it's just the way it goes. It's time to stop it. And you know, if you have a hole in your pocket, you got to sew up the hole before you put more money in it. I don't know. It just seems pretty simple.
That's right. And the rhinos are going to yell as much as the rest.
I know. Right. Yeah, Brendan, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Exactly on point. And again, here we go. I mean, and again, they just Trump said there was something like, I don't know, millions of transactions for places like the total federal, the Treasury Department sends out millions of checks. And we have no idea there's no Social Security card. There's no explanation. They're just sent to people and cashed.
Yeah, all over the country. And they don't know who it is.
Don't know what they're doing.
And that's your Social Security money that you paid in.
That's right.
That they're giving to other people.
That's right. Mercy. Flounder?
Got a couple more phone calls. Got Tony on the line.
All right. Tony, you're on the radio, man. Thanks for calling. What's up? What do you think?
I'm sorry, Tommy.
Tommy. Sorry, Tommy.
Tommy, can you hear me?
Kimmer, do you really think that idiot Schumer believes that there should never be any oversight on the way taxpayer money is spent?
It's all, I mean, that's what bothers me the most, is that obviously it's just sleazy. If this were a Democrat, if this were an old-fashioned Democrat, hell, Putty-Tat said we need to close the border. If this had been a tough Democrat of the old days, Harry Truman or somebody saying, you know, we got to get rid of this waste because we need to save American taxpayers money, they would be thrilled to pieces, except now because they're all in on it.
Don't all these programs have to justify their budgets each year anyway?
Not anymore. Apparently, not anymore. They just say. Well, in fact, Pete, you may have to remind me. Last week, one of the departments was Elon Musk said that they went through every. It was the maybe it was USAID. Every department that was asked for a funding request granted it. He said in every single employee in that department, not one ever turned down a request for money. Not once.
That was their job to turn down some things that were full of fraud and waste, and they never did it.
Not one ever said no to any request for money, which is why everybody got their money. I mean, my God.
Boggles the mind. That's all I can say. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
Honest people do, you know.
Yes, sir. 440. Thanks, Brent. I mean, it's unbelievable. A quick thing. We mentioned Bruce Springsteen, the cheating spouse from way back, who was famous for going over on foreign country soil and blasting conservatives in America. Country sucks, things like that. Well, Richard Gere's doing the same thing. Richard Gere issued a dark tubular type warning, apparently of some kind. What's a dark warning? I knew what I.
Sure, it's dark in here.
Shut up, kid. He calls Donald Trump a thug. He was in Spain. Richard Gere was in Spain getting another award because he's so special. And the 75-year-old traitor to America got this achievement trophy in Spain. The crowd goes nuts as he said, well, you know, we got a thug for president. We have a bully and a thug who's president of the United States. It's a very dark place in America. The dark marriage of money and power in America is a danger to the entire planet. Those millionaire clowns around Trump are immature and narcissistic, a deadly mix. We got a thug and a clown as president right now. It's a dark place in America. You know, stay there. You know, I mean, the nerve of these people. Richard Gere, what can he do other than read somebody else's words on paper? I mean, seriously.
Smarter person.
God. An actor. God.
He's qualified.
Oh, Lord. 441. Okay, a quick newsy thing here. This is, too, and again, this is a sign of the times. I'm sorry, I got to go. I was going to do a history thing, but now we've got something else because I got Donald Trump in the news here today. This just happened this afternoon. Well, a couple things happened. Another federal judge has said you cannot yet offer those workers retirement benefits. He wants to have more hearings on it or discussions. So that business, it was a temporary restraining order stopping Donald Trump from allowing the workers. It was last Friday night. It says now he's going to. There's no time limit, so the program is halted. Donald Trump cannot continue the program. The workers opting out if they want. The second thing was another federal judge has also said this business of trying to end the birthright constitutional business. You can't do that either. So those are, here we go. Every freaking federal judge is going to come down against Donald Trump. Every one of these things is going to have to go to the U.S. Supreme Court or get through Congress. And the chances of the Congress thing, maybe the Supreme Court will jump on this fast. Now, this just in. Not everybody's covering it, but it was on Newsmax. Donald Trump has fired all the military academies' woke leftist ideologues. Today, he announced efforts to root out woke leftist ideologue from the military academies. They've been infiltrated over the last 4 years. So he announced today on Truth Social, I've ordered the immediate dismissal of the Board of Visitors for the Army, Air Force, Navy, and Coast Guard. We'll have the strongest military in history, begins by appointing new individuals to these boards. We must make military academies great again. He's getting the woke out of the military, massive reform to reduce the size of influence institutions. Pete Hegseth vowed to reform the Pentagon and restore lethality to the core focus. We welcome Doge at DOD. We'll partner with them, he said today. It's a long overdue deal. Defense Department's got a huge budget. It needs to be responsible. Can you imagine what's going to happen when they go through the Defense Department budget? Holy smokes. Oh, is there going to be hell to pay on that baby? And by the way, our Kristi Noem, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, says the freaking corrupt FBI, they're the ones who've been leaking stories about the immigration people coming to root out the bad guys among us. And the FBI apparently has been leaking the information to the press. And Kristi Noem says the FBI is so corrupt, we'll work with every agency to stop leaks and prosecute those crooked deep state agents to the fullest extent of the law. Pam Bondi, the U.S. Attorney General. People don't understand that jeopardizes the lives of our great men and women in law enforcement. If you leaked it, we will find out who you are and we will come after you. They're traitors. They had people in Denver were announcing on bullhorns through neighborhoods, ICE is coming, ICE is coming. Make sure you clear out your Venezuelan gang condos.
And that radio station in San Francisco who did it, that's George Soros.
That's right.
Radio station.
That's right. Warning the people when the raids were coming.
We got breaking news.
Right,
Libs of TikTok a couple hours ago pointed out the National Park Service website had a Pride page promoting Pride. Which is against the ban on federal funds being used to promote gender ideology. Within an hour, it was taken down.
Well, see, it changes. It's time to do it. It's just the right thing. It's
most effective and efficient administration in history.
That's right. Donald Trump. Think about what's happened in 3 weeks. Is it 3 weeks tomorrow?
He's cleaned up. He's had that river cleaned up in western North Carolina that Biden couldn't clean up in 5 months.
Right.
He's had most of it cleaned up already.
Yeah. I mean, it's remarkable. And it's only beginning, and they're still fighting them. I mean, it's just they're traitors. They're traitors to what the Americans voted for this.
They're not Americans.
It's quarter five already. Holy cow. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? Here we go.
The latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust. Your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at Extra 1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
For half a century, glyphosate has affordably and effectively protected Georgia farmers' crops from invasive weeds. Without it, the impact would be felt beyond the fields, hitting Americans where it hurts, our wallets. That's why the Modern Ag Alliance advocates for farmers' continued access to essential crop protection tools so food prices don't rise even more. Get the facts at controlweedsnotfarming.com. Paid for by the Modern Ag Alliance in support of Georgia farmers.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Ventrac. Not everyone has a need for a tractor, but for those of you who do, you need to check out Ventrac tractors at Howard Brothers. Ventrac is the ultimate versatile compact tractor. This machine has multiple attachment options. It conquers steep slopes, handles heavy brush mowing, and much, much more. Ventrac is absolutely your all-season solution. Visit Howard Brothers or go to howardbrothers.com and see how Ventrac can handle your projects with ease.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Retirement means different things to different people. Some folks want to travel the world. Some folks want to spend more time with grandkids. For me, I'm looking forward to spending more time with my guitar. Whether extravagant and robust or simple and cozy, every retirement needs a plan. You wouldn't take a trip without directions. You have to know where you are before you know where you're going. Master Plan Retirement Consultants have helped many like you plan for their own retirement. Not only does Master Plan help you create the roadmap, they join you on the journey. So whether you want to travel the world, become a pickleball champ, or just looking for a good porch, a sturdy rocking chair, and an acoustic guitar, remember to plan well because the destination is worth it. Visit masterplanretired.com to schedule your complimentary consultation today.
So, the doc says I have ED. ED. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's just an abbreviation for a condition so many men have. If I was to be honest, I probably also have a little OCD. I know I have a great HMO. Heck, I even have 3 weeks of PTO. Look, don't let a few letters get you down. If you have ED, there's HELP. Go see Dr. Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. He's an ED specialist that will turn your life around PDQ. ED happens to a lot of men as we age. And just FYI, Dr. Deal can give you back the confidence you need to perform on the JOB. So, ready to take the first step? Quit yelling WTF at your little BFF and visit tbtofga.com. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They can fix your ED ASAP. And before you know it, you'll be screaming OMG.
I'm getting in the game. The world won't be the same. I'm good. I'm good to go.
Call 404-777-1911 or visit tbtofga.com.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on this station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to firstlibertyga.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
Who doesn't want a great smile? The world seems brighter because it is. Hey, it's a Kimmer. How's it going? You know, that's only one reason to see my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler at Atlanta Smiles. The other reason, of course, is to take care of your teeth if they're going to make your life miserable. We all know that. But when's the last time you were smiling before you walked in the door like me? Because I know Dr. Dina and her staff are the happiest Kimmer babes you ever saw. We're going to fix me up, and I always take the gas. They tell me my best stories come out that way. And you can actually get a doggy right there napping in my lap, a little doggy. I said, go ahead, work away. Dr. Dina's a Navy vet, ranked a master dentist, which only 1% can say. She's been doing veneers since before anybody even knew what that was. My first visit was 30 years ago. Cosmetic dentistry, cleaning, bridges, crowns, especially keeping your teeth and gums healthy to last as long as you do. Veterans automatic 10% discount. Just tell them when you call. Atlanta Smiles, 404-262-7733. It's atlantasmiles.com. Your new smile's waiting for you. atlantasmiles.com. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Ask for the doggy. atlantasmiles.com. Here we go. They do run, baby. Look out.
I met him on a Monday and my heart stood still. They do run.
I can't help thinking about Stripes when he's teaching the class, and he says, "Okay, let's go over what we've learned so far." And they do run to do run. So anyway, Phil Spector on this day, 1974, got hurt in a car crash in Hollywood, almost killed him. It was only because the attending police officer detected a faint pulse that Spector wasn't declared dead. DRT, dead right there. He was admitted to the UCLA Medical Center suffering serious head injuries. Phil Spector had hours of surgery, 300 stitches to his face, and 400 stitches to the back of his head. Phil Spector, 1974. And then later would commit murder and then be just slime bag. But
they
he was
saved
a hell
his
of a
life to kill someone.
Yeah, unfortunately. But he was a hell of a wave of sound guy, and he made a lot of difference in rock and roll. Yeah. Let's see. Phone calls take priority. Bill, you're on the radio. Happy Monday, man. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? What's up?
Hey, Kim, what's up, buddy?
Yes, sir.
I want to talk to you about the birthright citizenship mess.
Yeah.
Over the history of the United States, it's been proven that if your parents are here legally and you're born here, you are a citizen. What hasn't been determined is your parents are here illegally and you're born here if you're a citizen. I'm hoping this goes to Supreme Court because I believe they'll rule that they are not entitled to citizenship. Just because they're here illegally doesn't give them the right to become citizens just because they're born here.
Well, the problem is the actual wording says something to the effect of those who are born here and under the administration of the federal government will be considered a da-da-da. Well, if you're here illegally, then you're not really under the legal aegis of the federal government. So that's the question point. What does that really mean? What does that phrase mean that you're under the control of the government? If you're here illegally, then then possibly you're not under the federal government's control. So, I mean, the Supreme Court's going to have to do it.
Ruled on it.
Yeah,
let them rule on it.
Yeah, they'll have to. And thank you, Bill. You're absolutely right. Again, it may take years. I don't think there'll be any hurry for this. I think it'll be a lot of other things. I think the Supreme Court's going to be real busy. I think about it. Every time they challenge Trump, he's going to have to challenge him back. Boom, 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 and up the ladder to go to the Supreme Court. And I'm hoping that they have the right to say, well, we're going to jump in and settle this now because it's an important subject that needs dealing with. I think they can do that if they're asked by a friend of the court brief or an amicus brief, and the Supreme Court has a right to say, yeah, we should look at this now and bypass a couple of steps. I believe that's all true. Anyway, if you're a lawyer, maybe you know stuff. Let's see. Hold on, Rick. We got Jeff. Jeff, our buddy from Canada, eh? Hey, Jeff, how's it going, eh? What's going on? Welcome aboard, sir.
Hoser.
How's it going?
Canadian bacon is ham, but that's okay. We still love you people. All right, what's up, man? What's going on?
I'm gonna change your mind either on Wednesday or Thursday, weather depending.
Oh, really? Well, is that a threat?
No, we're going to be passing through through Atlanta, either on Wednesday or Thursday. We're going to spend the night probably Wednesday night.
I'll be darned. Well, if there's any way we could say hi or meet or whatever, we'd love to do it. I don't know whether that's possible and everything else, given time elements and everything. But anyway, we'll be thinking of it.
If we got your bacon, so.
Oh, excellent. Wow. And I love Canadian bacon. I love bacon. You can call it anything you want. I love it. If it's, pork, bacon, beef, whatever stuff I'm in. Anyway, what's going on, man? What's new with you?
Well, nothing's new. We're just getting away from the snow. The river's it's completely frozen.
Wow.
And we're headed to Florida. So we decided to come by and see it.
Well, that's a thrilling thought, and I hope we can pull this off. We're really looking forward to it. I have some great memories of Canada. A woman I was going to marry and died on me, unfortunately, and we took a fishing trip to Lake of the Woods, Canada, and there was a cabin out there in the middle of nowhere, no TV or anything, as I recall, nothing to do. Get up at 5 a.m, an Indian guide takes us out in the boat, and we caught some beautiful brown trout down deep, and he put those in a cooler. Then we went out and caught some big
big fish, and then we pulled over like 10:30 in the morning on an island, and he cooked up that fresh fish and along with some potatoes and eggs, and oh man, took a little nap, did a little fishing off the shore, went back on the boat, caught some more. We're done by like 3:30 in the afternoon, exhausted. I mean, man, but what a trip. I mean, what a just an experience. Honestly, it was just I loved it.
That sounds like a great trip, but hopefully ours is great on the way down there.
Well, I hope for you too. Be safe, be careful, and take your time. Don't worry about getting to us. Make sure you get to where you're going. But we'd love to see you, and we'll if you have time to be on the show for a while or so, depending on when you're around. I mean, whatever. Don't do anything that messes you up. We're here no matter what. So if you can do it, great, and we'll look forward to it. All right. Thanks. Thank you. That's Jeff from Canada. It's 4:57. Oh my God, Rick the Painter. Real quick, got Flounders Funnies coming up next. Hey, Rick, what do you got, man? Welcome.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I usually call with something, a little something funny or humorous, but this weekend I have to. My granddaddy called me. He lives in a little farm town where everybody knows each other. They got their little farm animals and cows and horses and pigs and goats. But he asked me to get you to give him a shout out. The local doctor died this weekend.
Oh no! Yeah.
And I told him I'd give him a call. He said thanks. He said now Kimmer may not like this. But he said the doctor, he's had a reputation of having sex with his patients. Oh. I said I'm sorry to hear that. He goes, well, yeah, it was the best veterinarian we ever had.
Ho, hey, ho, with a ho, ha, ho, hey, boom, ha, hey, ho, Rick the Painter.
You're not supposed to throw sodium chloride at people.
Really? Is that why is that, Pete?
That's assault.
Assault. Well, hey, it's really poison in some people's eyes. And now Flounders Funnies.
I can't sleep on the plane. Even with first class, I can't sleep on an airplane. I don't know about you guys. My friend's like, why can't you sleep on an airplane? He acts like I'm crazy. He's like, why don't you just go to sleep? I'm like, I can't. And he's like, why? I'm like, is that hard to understand? That's not a normal sleeping situation. That's why. Like, if you went home tonight and you went to bed and there was a jet engine idling outside of your bedroom window, don't you think you might be like, I'm going to have trouble sleeping tonight because of the jet engine outside of my bedroom window? And then also somebody replaced your bed with a chair. And there was 71 strangers in your bedroom with you. And then someone woke you up in the middle of the night to offer you a Coke. That's what they do on airplanes. Like, I know you're trying to sleep, but do you want a Coke right now? I'm like, yeah, give me a Coke. I like to break up my sleep with a can of Coke. That's how I sleep at home. I sleep for 4 hours. I wake up, I drink a can of Coke. Kind of spice up my dreams a little bit. Sometimes I boil cola right before bed.
Is that Flounder?
That is Mr. Joe List.
Very funny. Anyways, holy crap, of sports coming up. 5 o'clock, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, and more and more and more. Look out, here we go. We got it all. Look out.
And W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
Thousands of federal workers in limbo. Elisa Brady, Fox News. A federal judge extending his temporary restraining order that blocks the Trump buyout program. More than 60,000 workers have already said yes to that deferred resignation.
We hope that this decision today will provide civil service workers with the assurance that the American people have their backs.
Elena Goldstein is a legal advisor for Democracy Forward, a group suing the government on behalf of federal employee unions, arguing in part that buyout might not be funded. The judge has not said when he'll issue a final decision. It's one of many lawsuits challenging Trump executive actions and the government efficiency efforts led by Elon Musk.
Well, some changes are hitting roadblocks. A federal judge blocked Elon Musk and Doge from accessing Treasury records after Democratic attorneys general filed suit. Musk called that decision absolutely insane. Vice President Vance went so far as to suggest that judges can't control the executive branch, which legal experts warned could precipitate a constitutional crisis, although although Vance couched his statement referring to the executive branch's legitimate power.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. Democrats in Congress have a strategy to challenge the administration.
A rapid response task force and litigation working group has been established by House Democrats to contest efforts from the Department of Government Efficiency and Trump administration to gut certain parts of the government. On the Senate side, Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is launching a whistleblower protection portal for government employees to report concerns.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz in Washington. The president argues voters gave him a mandate to root out government waste. The Inspector General's office for USAID is now warning the agency for foreign aid has lost nearly all ability to track more than $8 billion in unspent aid after the Trump administration froze funding and put staff on leave, even though a court has temporarily blocked some of those actions. America is listening to Fox News.
When you hear the term living better, what do you think about? More money? A bigger house? Maybe a yacht? What about how you feel physically? How you wake up each day? How you sleep? What activities you can and cannot do? When you feel good, life is good. So if pain is affecting your life, see how Relief Factor can help. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, it doesn't just mask pain temporarily. It helps reduce or even eliminate pain. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So give their 3-week quick start a try. It's only $19.95, less than $1 a day. And it just takes a phone call, 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're hurting, in 3 weeks or even days, Relief Factor can give you a chance to rediscover the true meaning of living better again. Visit ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right up flank. Ready on the dog target. Hair, up fairly. First one to the rear. Hair, up fairly. Road guards out. Hair. Stand by. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How you doing with Pete Davis and Flounders 503 on 106.3. Happy Monday. We had Super Bowl. We had stuff. We had things going on politics. And holy cow, there Donald Trump's going nuts and going crazy. And man, I'm exhausted. Just all day, every day. Again, just today, he fired all the members of the Service Academy's woke departments. Let me see, I got the official title here someplace. The Military Academy's woke leftist ideologues, and he's fired them all. A board of visitors for the Army, Air Force, Navy, and the Coast Guard. We welcome Doge at DOD. Pete Hegseth says to all that kind of stuff. Judges are blocking him all over the place today. Another federal judge says, no, you can't stop that birthright in America business. And again, this is going to have to go to the Supreme Court. And if they're going to try to change the Constitution, that's going to be ridiculous. That'll never happen. There's no way the 2/3 of the states are going to, it's just not going to happen. So the only way is for the Supreme Court to say that it's unconstitutional to allow people to be born here if their parents were not here legally. Okay, so that's another thing. Also, another judge has apparently, do I understand this correctly, has blocked the Secretary of the Treasury from investigating the money that's spent by the Treasury Department of the United States. Yes. That can't be right. I mean, seriously.
It's a leftist judge who's doing it, by the way. He's trying to protect the deep state here. He's probably corrupt as well. But he's basically telling, okay, the people elect the president. The president then appoints certain people to run certain agencies. And they're saying to that person who's been chosen to do that, you cannot look at the financial dealings that department is doing.
And again, it's only a measure. Obviously, that's stupid. There's no way that, again, it's been confirmed, and it's not like they don't, it's real. He's there. He have the right to look into stuff. And again, another judge has blocked the Donald Trump saying no more U.S. aid stuff. The judge says, no, you have to, keep going. There was programs that you were doing. No, it was the people retiring early, and the judge said, no, we're going to block that for a while because we'll have to have more hearings on it. Never even gave a timetable. So until he says differently, Donald Trump's plan to let people retire and pay him off is not work. It will not be in full force.
They're going to fight for their own deep state corruption.
Everything he's done, they're going to fight every single step of the way. I'm sorry, was that me or were you trying to get me? My earphones went nuts here.
It was not me.
Okay. Well, I have this cord here, and if I touch it, there it goes again. If I touch it with a whisper, see there, I did it again. Okay, I got to move over here a little bit. Here we go. Anyway, can't repeat 506. So he got those federal court things to him. The Super Bowl, the ads. What did you think? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Millions of comments about this through the afternoon. I'd love to hear your comments on it. I took notes like crazy until I gave up around the first part of the third quarter. I said, that's it. I can't take this anymore. So I didn't see it. I never did see the Border Patrol ad, although I did watch it on my phone, and it was really well done. They're now advertising for Border Patrol agents, and they're looking at them as the heroes they are, and they're showing them riding horseback. I mean, it was freaking. I wanted to join myself. I swear to God, if I were 22, I'd be, I'm going. I mean, think about it. And by the way, for the record, military service is one thing. Federal service is a whole different thing. There's an awful lot of possibilities. I could see very easily. I don't know what the pay is, but again, if you're 20 years old and you work there 20 years and all of a sudden you're like 40, 42 years old and you're retired, even if it's a couple of grand a month, that's not bad. Federal
you're an Atlanta policeman or something.
I mean, but again, a Border Patrol agent riding horses along looking for bad guys and fighting cartels and taking those chopper rides and the boats on the. I mean, unbelievable. That's got to be exciting as hell.
What was Dudley Do-Right of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police?
I'm coming, Gwen, to save the day. That's a dastardly deed. I mean, anyway. So I did not see that except on my phone. I also did not see, I think there was an ad for the Secret Service. And I didn't see that either, but it did. It's out there. They had an ad for the Secret Service, which was pretty good. And... which I didn't see it. Now, let me ask you the one thing, again, a lot of these ads, most of them, I mentioned this earlier, most of these ads, the ones that were trying to be emotional, you never knew what the hell they were selling until the very last second. It was like a story of people doing, what are those old ladies doing, slowing down and flashing to people, and then obviously it was for weather tech, for God's sakes. Well, one of them I saw was a young boy in a boxer's shorts, gym ring shorts, with his boxing gloves, and he's doing the thing, and people are cheering him, and he's won a match, and he's a new champion victory. He's like, 7 or something, and he's kind of stuff. He's beating things, and all of a sudden I see on one of the people clapping for him, I see a tiny little name tag, and it says Pfizer. And it was just a quick shot of a name tag, Pfizer. And I said, well, that's what it is. And sure enough, at the end, the Pfizer commercial was to knock out cancer. We're taking on cancer. We're going to knock you out, cancer. And I thought, well, that's great. That's great. But given what's going on with the COVID business, the investigations, and the Pfizer thing, no wonder that Pfizer wanted to be part of the good guys, using little boys, little children to knock out cancer, which is, that's what they do. If I owned the company, I'd probably do the same thing because that's what they're trying. But anyway, the stuff like that was a little.
Pfizer made drugs when I was I had to take a pill every day for like 9 years when I was a kid, and Pfizer made that drug, so
Well, God bless them. I mean, I know if it works. I mean, seriously, think about the drug industry. If we didn't have drugs, we didn't have aspirin, we'd all be dead. I mean, the diseases would never. Well, back in the 1820s or something. I mean, the thing started when people started not dying of silly things that could be cured by very simple little medicines.
We could go chew on the willow tree and chew the bark.
There you are, exactly. Let's see, you got 510, keep repeating flounder. Let's see, what's the Yeezy thing, the guy with the diamond teeth, and it was all Kanye West. Yeezy, is that it?
Yeezy.
Is he an actor?
He's a dumbass is what he is.
He's a rapper.
And the Yeezy, whatever this thing, is all diamond teeth, and if you look him up, apparently it's Kanye West selling Nazi memorabilia.
He's a Nazi. He said last week, I'm a Nazi, and he went on an anti-Semitic rag, and Fox let that air in 3 cities.
Yeah. Bragging about being a Nazi and bragging about making sure as always women go naked, nude as they can get in public.
Mentally ill.
Yeah, clearly something bad happened. I was horrified at the Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal trying to do the "I'll have what she's having" thing.
Horrified?
Well, Meg Ryan, the
cute.
poor thing. No, poor girl. What she did to herself.
I like watching Sydney Sweeney. I like her.
Yeah, she was cute. Yeah, and boy, is she. I mean, what a story! Just that one girl herself, and what they did to her, and made fun of her, and all of a sudden now she's a boom boom, knockout chick thing. It's like, pretty cool. All right, let's see what else we got here. Remember last week, Pete Davis? I mentioned I was complaining that Donald Trump, among other things, should make sure that he revokes every single security clearance of anybody in the Biden crime family, revoke any possible federal grant or federal benefit they may have had after they pleaded guilty, basically, to being a crime family by accepting the pardons from the president's slime bag. They should put him on a no-fly list and everything else and all kind of stuff. Well, guess what? Over the weekend, Donald Trump revoked the security clearances of White House officials. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, who, by the way, was responsible for that letter of 51 people in the phony thing. That was Anthony Blinken, Secretary of State. He's lost his security clearance. All the other top Attorney General, Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, Attorney General, Alvin Bragg, the Manhattan DA, brought cases against him. His new targets going after these people, you're in for it. Oh, by the way, before we run out of time, Flounder, let's do the interview with Piers Morgan. Just for over the weekend, it's pretty funny. Babylon Bee came out and said that Prince Harry had begged Donald Trump to send him to Gitmo just to get a little peace and quiet. And Donald Trump was asked about that wife of his, and Donald Trump was asked whether he would like to deport Prince Harry for lying about being a drug user in the past or something.
Harry is whipped.
Piers Morgan, here's the interview.
You know the expression whipped?
I'm familiar with the phrase.
I won't use the full expression. But Harry is whipped like no person I think I've ever seen. I'm not a fan of Meghan.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. And I wasn't right from the beginning. I think poor Harry is being led around by his nose, okay?
You think he's going to end?
I do. I've been a very good predictor, as you know. I predicted almost everything. It'll end, and it'll end bad. And I wonder if Harry's going to go back on his hands and knees and say, please, I think Harry has been led down a path.
If you were the Queen, is it at the stage now, would you remove their royal title?
I would. The only thing I disagree with the Queen on, probably one of the only things ever, is that I think she should have said, if that's your choice, fine. But you no longer have titles, and frankly, don't come around. He has been so disrespectful to the country, and I think he's an embarrassment.
Well, it's a couple of years ago, Piers Morgan interviewed Donald Trump. Holy crap, it's sports coming up, 5:13. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And man, we got stuff to talk about right till 6 o'clock here. 404-741-1230 if you want to join us here. Look out.
Trump has done many things to help to correct the disastrous efforts of Joe Biden. Chief among them is shutting down the border.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Stand by, Pete's coming up. But by the way, if you notice all these federal judges doing lawsuit things to try to block Donald Trump, man, I'll tell you what, it's a good thing if you ever have an accident, you better know the number of David Van Sant at Van Sant Law. This is a great example of how lawyers have to get involved with stuff because, you got to get to the bottom of things now. I love insurance companies. We've all used them. But if you have an accident, your insurance company is going to be... Yeah, I think it'll be this much because I have a table and a chart and a graph over here. And that's when I would say, no. I have David Van Sant who knows how much this really is going to cost to fix. Okay, no problem. David Van Sant used to work for the insurance companies. And again, they're not doing anything wrong in particular. They're just not wanting to pay any more than they have to. And they have these charts and graphs and tables, and that's what they go by. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's what the deal is, and that's where David Van Sant comes in. Remember now, insurance is complicated, and you don't want to be the one to fight with these guys. You just call David. He'll take care of the rest of it. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're okay. And don't sign anything until you get with David. Here's the number. Stick this in your phone. No, sound a little aggressive. 855-GA-INJURY. 855-GA-INJURY. And online, vansantlaw.com.
Atlanta's Mark from the Safe House. And now the security riddle of the day. When times get tough, where do you keep your stuff? Answer, in a quality safe from the Safe House, of course. Don't go to a big box store and get a fake safe. That would be as effective as Joe Biden's fake border policy. For over 30 years, the Safe House has been providing the best quality safes on the market. Brands like Browning, Fort Knox, and Champion. And with the largest selection of safes on display in Georgia, we're confident we can help you pick the right safe to fit your needs. So drop by our huge showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPsetc.com.
Are you tired of dealing with drafty, inefficient windows? Do you have certain rooms in the house that you can't keep cool in the summer or warm in the winter? Hi, I'm Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows. It's time to upgrade these old windows. Replace them with double pane, beautiful, energy-efficient windows. Your new windows will help you regulate a perfect temperature throughout your house. Start saving big money on your energy bills and improve the curb appeal of your home. Give us a call today at 770-517-7078.
If you're looking for a great new gig, our friends at Atlanta Peach Movers are now hiring. No experience? No problem. Training will be provided through Peach University. And if you have verifiable experience, you can score up to a $500 sign-on bonus. Contact Orlando for more information at 404-640-1300. That's 404-640-1300. And get your new career moving with Atlanta Peach Movers.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
All right, coming up, I get to use the words Peggy Fleming in a sentence. Also, I found a story about John Kruk, one of my favorite baseball personalities years ago. Pete, I know you know this story. We'll talk about that. But now sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
Super Bowl, super bust, more like it. Wow. Oh, boy. Yeah. The Eagles spanked the Chiefs 40-22. It wasn't even that close, please. If not for a very late long touchdown pass by Patrick Mahomes, which screwed Flounder out of $80, the score would have looked even worse. Mahomes was sacked more times than an ugly chick's face in bed as Philly's D-line totally outmanned KC's O-line. As ESPN's Peter Burns put out, what a surprise, and an SEC All-Star team beat the two-time defending Super Bowl champions. The Eagles' defense is stacked with former Georgia players. Note to Falcons, start drafting players from Athens and not people from like Abilene Christian or stuff like that. Before the game, Eli proved the better place kicker as Peyton's kick doinked off the goalpost. I don't know how they planned that, but he doinked it. The halftime show, a real snoozer, like a 15-minute ad for Ambien. Oh. At one point, it looked like a tranny was dancing on stage with him. Did you see that?
No, I couldn't take it.
Everybody in the group was going, that's a man.
Yeah.
That was a man there. And then one of our friends looked it up, and it was Serena Williams.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And it's strange when you hire a singer to entertain millions of people, and he spends a lot of the time telling you to turn off the TV. That's the only lyric that I was understanding is him going, turn off your TV, turn off
unwatchable.
the TV.
Who are they trying to attract for a family audience for the watching the game and the halftime getting dinner ready? Oh, God, Lord.
Which brings me to the idiot dancer, I think he's Muslim, who snuck a flag into the show supporting Hamas in the Sudan because his beliefs are so important. He needs to interrupt a national event so we can all look at him talk about it.
Well,
seems he will not be charged, too. Huh.
Really?
Huh. Do you think for 1 minute, if that was a redneck waving a Confederate flag around, that he'd still be out of the hooscow yet?
If that had been a MAGA guy?
Yeah. He'd be rotting in jail.
Oh, Lordy.
Please. And frankly, since this is one of the Kendrick Lamar's dancers, maybe it's time to see if old Kenny has pro-Hamas leanings himself.
I like it.
Yeah, let's find out.
Who was this guy? Who hired him? Why is he there? Why is he part of your crew? Why did he come out of that car?
Why would that be the entertainment value?
And if you can sneak in a flag, you can sneak in something that can actually harm people. Another security failure for the Big Easy, which today stands for easy to outsmart if you're up to no good. They showed the Sugar Bowl and they showed this Super Bowl. Yeah. They can't do security.
No.
To underscore how stupid those broads on The View are, they said today that President Trump will ban any further participation of black people during halftime show. I know Prince is spinning in his grave somewhere after watching all that. And since Kendrick used his bully pulpit to attack his archenemy Drake, should we give Drake equal time to clap back next year?
Yeah, I tried to read a story about that, and I thought, I don't care. Good Lord.
I don't
Drake and, oh, Lord.
Yeah. If any of Philadelphia is still standing by this weekend, the parade will be Valentine's Day. They killed, was it a hail of 40 bullets killed a couple of guys?
Yeah, they celebrate a different way in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good start. A lot of people are complaining about the sports bug at the bottom of the TV screen showing the score and time left, timeouts and stuff. Did you see that? Did you notice it was new?
I did not.
Bottom there?
No, I really wasn't paying that much attention.
I don't understand what the bitching is about. It looks simple. It's not fancy, but you get all the pertinent information easy. It was quick. That is the job of the sports bug. I don't know why they call it that. We're so used to being wowed by CGI these days that when something comes along that's actually simple, for some people it's an insult. I thought it had all the information you needed. What was the problem there? It didn't interfere really with the screen that much either.
Yeah.
I don't know. ESPN couldn't help itself, though. Their full-time obsession with race continues. Just minutes after the game, ESPN tweeted a pic of MVP Jalen Hurts. The caption read, "Black Excellence."
Oh, God. I was wondering whether it was black excellence or white excellence.
So that's why he won, because he's black.
Oh, God.
That's the only reason. Not his talent or his work and determination. It was because he's black. First, Jalen is the fourth black quarterback to win the big game. Fourth already. Well, I don't know how long we're going to keep doing this.
No.
2, when Nikola Jokic won the NBA title, white guy, did the NBA tweet white excellence?
Well, that would be silly. How many white guys are there?
That was a very divisive Super Bowl. The halftime show, no Caucasians allowed, basically. And then you have ESPN pushing an agenda that nobody cares about anymore.
I mean, who makes these decisions? Why would they make that decision? Especially today, Donald Trump and the country just said, we're tired of all this crap and racist division and hate and stuff. Stop it. And it's all full force right there. Like we
and the national black anthem that went before the game. Please. Did I just see any white people in that choir? Did you?
No, and they never showed, and I made a note of this, they never showed a single reaction of anybody in the crowd from the entire black national anthem. Not one shot of anybody, because I could see in the long shot they had people walking around up on the things, going and get stuff to eat and things like that. Anyway, just in passing.
When I was in New Orleans for the Super Bowl, where the Patriots won their first one by beating the St. Louis Rams, that last-second kick by Vinatieri, I was shocked how much a hurricane at Pat O'Brien's cost. And I still have the glass, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But if you were in the Superdome last night, you could have gotten a Voodoo Magic.
Well, the Voodoo, that's a very special drink. I think there's like $7 or $8 now, aren't they, Pete, or something?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Don Julio 1942 tequila mixed with Grand Marnier Cuvée au Centenaire, lime juice, jalapeno syrup, and mango puree, served with a seasoned rim and a Super Bowl cup. How much would you pay for that, sir?
$16, I'm sure that.
Higher.
$19.42.
Higher.
$27.
Alto. High.
$500.
Less than that. Now you're just talking crazy.
Silly, yeah.
59 American dollars for one stupid
Don't forget
drink.
the tip. The tip's got to be $10 on a drink like that.
And a cup. You get to take the cup, which you will lose that cup before the end of the night.
Steal it. It's gone.
You're going to wander around Bourbon Street with that stupid cup.
And not long.
No. And I'd be remiss if I didn't wish Falcons legend Jeff Van Note a belated birthday. My former broadcast partner turned 79 Friday.
Oh, my goodness. Jeff, what a great guy.
Should be in the Hall of Fame.
I hope he's doing all right. What a great guy. The very first time they asked him to do sports on the radio, it was when I came here in 1970. 72. And eventually later they said, wanted Jeff Edno to be part of the sports thing. And he came to me and he said, geez, Kimmer, I don't know what to do. I said, Jeff, we like you. Just be yourself. Honestly, I said, just simplest thing is just talk, be yourself, tell your story, stuff like that, and forget it. And he said, oh my God, it just felt so much better about it. Just a little simple thing like that. And he was great. He's a great guy. I hope he's doing well. If anybody knows him, please, we're talking about it. Hoping he's doing great. What a wonderful guy.
I do too. A nice tribute to Chris Mortensen in the press box at the Superdome.
Another one. He did that special favor for me, put my number in his phone when I was heartbroken over the loss of the family and flew together on the Delta jet coming home. And he took me under Chris Mortensen took me under his wing and texted me and hope I was doing. I mean, it was unbelievable. I've never met a nicer man, maybe ever, but also in this business. And
he didn't narc on me when I stole the light beer from Miller blow-up chair.
That's right. Caught you in the elevator.
Miami Super Bowl. Caught me in the elevator at 3 a.m.
Stealing
trying to deflate it. I told that story last week, so I won't do it again.
Oh, what a great guy. Sorry.
Jalen Hurts beating Patrick Mahomes was the first time a rematch was won by the previous loser. Eli Manning beat Tom Brady twice. Troy Aikman did the same to Jim Kelly. Who did Terry Bradshaw do it to twice?
Oh, my. That was Terry Bradshaw was like 74. Who the heck was playing in the AFC in 74?
Think Shannon Burke.
Well, I don't know.
Shannon's a big Cowboys fan.
Dandy Don?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You're no longer part of the Navy. You're no longer part of the Marines and the Navy.
Roger Staubach. I'm sorry.
Hand it back, sir. I'm sorry. And some are concerned about Terry Bradshaw. His hand was shaking a lot holding the microphone afterwards. And he's like 80-something years old now.
He's also got... Didn't he say he had some kind of disease or something? Something right?
I don't know how old he is. I know that Jimmy Johnson, I think, is 86.
Yeah,
and they did a really cool thing with CGI showing him as a player at Arkansas and then going up as a coach and everything. That was pretty cool what they did with him.
And didn't he just say he's retiring? Wasn't that kind of a... Yeah, I think he had an emotional moment. Apparently hinted he's maybe it looks like it's over.
Yeah. And the Kirk Cousins curse lifted. The Eagles, the first team to lose to Kirk in a regular season and go on to win the Superdome, or Super Bowl in the Superdome. Unfortunately, the Kirk Cousins curse continues for the Atlanta Falcons.
Well,
I'm
sure.
afraid.
It's a hometown,
I'm convinced that Fox reporter Tom Rinaldi is a energy vampire.
What'd he do?
He literally sucks the life and tears out of every subject he interviews. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And to show the ESPN experts don't know everything, here's what Mike Greenberg, who does a good show, Get Up in the Morning, tweeted when Philly drafted Jalen Hurts. Hate the pick. So many places he might have been interesting. This is not one of them. Don't get it at all.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that came back to bite him. Oh. Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh used to refuse to eat chicken because he called it a nervous bird. A former player says Harbaugh thinks some type of sickness injected its way into the human population when people began eating white meats instead of beef and pork. I thought pork was white, but anyway. Yeah. But now that Sonny Jim is raising chickens himself, he's changed his tune. He's now eating chicken tenders. But his favorite game day foods are still Uncrustables and hot dogs.
Oh, Lord. Well, okay.
That's too much information on him.
Yeah, thank you.
Former Ohio State head coach Jim Tressel is now the Ohio lieutenant governor.
I saw that, yeah.
Could be governor in a few years.
Yeah.
Didn't he get chased out of Ohio State for cheating or something? I forget something was going on.
I don't remember. It's something...
Now, on to baseball. Braves, pitchers, catchers, and some position players start working out in Northport, Florida in just 2 days.
Oh, mercy.
Mercy. That's right.
Go.
Well, we won't be going.
No,
other people will be reporting from there and telling us about it.
Down the hall,
That's
people
right.
get to go.
That's right. Down the hall to the left.
The left people,
they're not left people.
Well, no,
they're just down the hall to the left.
They're the ones who are left in there, I think. We're not going. That's all I know. We're not going.
Just keep moving. The Reds will wear a number 14 patch on their sleeve of the jersey this season to honor?
14, Ernie Banks. That's silly.
Ernie Banks played for the Reds?
No, the Reds. Pete Rose. No, 14. Pete Rose.
Very good.
Yeah, Pete Rose.
Pete Rose, that is right. He died in September of last year. The Brewers will wear a patch honoring longtime broadcaster?
Ernie Hardwell. Oh, no, Bob Uecker.
My God.
I'm old. I'm very old. Bob Uecker.
Tigers.
God bless Bob Uecker.
That's right.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah, you were just a bit outside with that.
I was way out of town there, yeah.
66-year-old Hall of Famer Wade Boggs announced he's cancer-free. He's been battling prostate cancer for half a year.
Excellent. Good for him.
And Hawks point guard Trae Young is going to the NBA All-Star Game again. He's replacement for the injured Buck star Giannis Antetokounmpo, or whatever his name is.
Hey.
Hawks are in Orlando tonight. For lunch, I recommend the Bohème, located in the Grand Bohemian Hotel on Orange Avenue, featuring a menu of classic European-inspired meals, plus specialty cocktails.
I'll look at
like the Voodoo Magic.
Yeah, it's $60 plus tip.
Oh,
my God, man. Thank you, Pete Davis, Holy Crap of Sports at 5:31. We got so much more is coming up, and we ain't even close to being done till 6. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on 106.3. How you doing? Happy Monday.
Attention Warriors, are you a veteran ready to navigate to success after service? Tune in to the Warrior Alliance Network. Join us as we spotlight inspiring stories, provide essential resources, and connect you with a community dedicated to empowering veterans. From career advice to health and wellness tips, the Warrior Alliance Network is your go-to hub for post-service success. Tune in Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on Extra 106.3. Join us on the mission, the Warrior Alliance Network, where warriors thrive together. Visit us at thewarrioralliance.org for more information.
Well, it's only going to be a few more days now when I'm going back to my Kimmer official dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler, AtlantaSmiles.com. That's where you get her on the web. Dr. Dina, in fact, just talked the other day and everything's all set to go. She used AI to help build a little thing that's going in a thing. You can't really see it right now, of course. But I do my tooth work and stuff. And the modern technology, I'm telling you, you've never seen anything like it. And her dental office is called Atlanta Smiles. And I first went to Dr. Dina 31 years ago. Anyway, whether you're looking for cosmetic things like veneers, which she did before anybody even knew what that was, or bridges and crowns and cleaning and taking care of your gums and stuff like that. And, things that are even more than that, like I'm going through right now, which is great because it's finally going to be taken care of for things they should have done a long time ago. Good grief. Don't put it off. Take care of your teeth and take care of your gums, and they'll take care of you. Ask that Dr. Dina. Don't forget, veterans get 10% right off the top. Just tell them when you call. 404-262-7733. And don't forget the doggy. She has a little doggy there. If you'd like, the doggy's right around. And you take a little nap in your lap while you're getting your work done. I tell you, it's the darndest thing. The greatest dental office you've ever seen. Happiest Kimmer babes in the world. Please tell them the Kimmer sent you. Check them out. Here's how you get them on the web, AtlantaSmiles.com.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They're locally owned and operated, and you can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services, but you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watch Company, where quality and value make the difference. Locally owned and located in Sandy Springs, offering you the finest selection of unique diamonds, sapphires, rubies, and emerald jewelry, as well as other fine gemstones. Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches has been servicing Rolex watches for over 30 years, and their Rolex-trained watchmaker will service your watch in their state-of-the-art Rolex service center in their store. Lee Brandt uses only genuine Rolex parts, and their estimates are free. Drop by Lee Brandt in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center in Sandy Springs or visit LeeBrandt.com.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to firstlibertyga.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
There we go. How's it going? Kipper, Pete, and Flounder, 536 with Elton John.
There's a fly in the window, a dog in the yard, and the years since I saw you.
I like a few of his songs. A lot. Little Genie. No, I do. I like Little Genie. I think I've that on my music stick. I have.
This is a good song.
Yeah. 1973, Elton at his first British #1 album, When Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player, began a 6-week run at the top of the charts. The title came from comic actor Groucho Marx of the Marx Brothers, who referred to him as John Elton, whilst holding out his middle and index finger in the style of a pistol. Elton then retaliated, saying, "Don't shoot me, I'm only the piano player," at Groucho Marx's gun imitation. Well, I'll be damned. I had no idea. I mean, what a great story. Don't shoot me, I'm only the piano player, and it became to the Groucho Marx. I mean, what a link, Elton John and Groucho Marx anyway. I say the secret, why do you weigh $50? George Fetterman here. Oh, my God, I'm having a flashback. Sorry. To the phones, take a priority. Treva, you're on the radio with a Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Welcome. What's up?
It's good. Hey, guys, I just want to say first, thank you for getting me through my commute every day. I listen to you guys in the morning and in the afternoon, and I get to sit for about an hour stuck listening to you guys.
Well, thank you.
So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. That's very sweet. I'm we're all very grateful.
On the discussion of the Super Bowl halftime show, guys,
Yeah.
I listen to your show, so I'm smart enough to know that Super Bowl halftime was not going to be good. Also, did you not see the preemptive commercials warning you that it was going to come on? Right? There were tons of preemptive commercials telling you there was a halftime show. So I turned it off and went and took my shower so I didn't have to do it late at night when it was over and completely skipped the whole thing. I'm smart because I listen to you guys. Come on now.
I know. I've got to do better. I honest to God, I actually started working on today's history and birthday list. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
I actually had a guy do that song for karaoke once, and since I was tortured through that, I wasn't going to do it again.
Now, let me ask you this: did you have any fun commercial reactions? They did a lot of promos, and the thing at the beginning when they had guys like John Hamm showing up at the peephole of the door. I'm here. I got the ham. And one after another. Of all the, I didn't even know what that was about, but it was pretty clever. I mean, I don't know. Did you have fun watching any of those kind of promo and commercial things?
I don't know, Kimmer, was it not weird though this year? All of the commercials, not all of them, okay, that's not fair, but a lot of them were just weird.
Yeah. And
they were just weird.
Yeah. The old ladies in the trench coat flashing the guy, and it was for weather tech. I mean,
right. A lot of them were like shock and awe. It was like they made no sense. I did like the cancer one. I saw that one. That one was great. The breast cancer one was great.
Yeah, boobs and tummies. Man, when I saw that, I thought, where are they going with this one? And again, most of these commercials you didn't know what they were selling or advertising or advocating until the very end. And when they started all of a sudden showing the boobs
boobs and the tummies. I'm going, oh boy, I don't know if this is a weight loss or whatever. And it was for fighting breast cancer, which, a great cause.
I thought for sure you guys would talk about that one.
Well, I'm more of a leg man. When they have a leg cancer, marathon, I'll be there. Anyway,
I literally watched that one, and I was like, the guys are going to say something about that one tomorrow. I was expecting it today.
Well, honestly, I've always felt bad for girls who, as younger girls, developed fast and early, and man, they went through hell. And I have 2 daughters, and I remember the trauma of that's just the way the breasts are treated in this culture. I thank God I'm not what you would call a breast man. I mean, I love them like everybody else, but it's not a thing with me, And I feel I feel kind of I don't know. I feel sorry for women who have to go through all that stuff about, but God bless you because you gave us nourishment, you gave us life. So
later on, when you don't get those compliments, you wish you had them, so it's okay.
Well, anyway.
It was weird. This year was weird, and I'm smart enough that I turned it off during the halftime show. I knew I would hear from you guys the next day on how bad it was, but I appreciate that getting me through the commute.
You're very sweet. Thank you so much, Treva. Thank you for listening. Be careful on your commute, and call anytime. We love chatting with you. Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks, sweetie. 541, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Well, that was
Haley Steinfeld is just getting more beautiful the older she gets.
She's gorgeous.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And apparently, she seems like a nice kid, young woman, and serious and committed, and God bless her. And jocks, with babes.
Josh Allen.
Yeah. So
I got Mitch on the horn.
Mitch, you're on the radio. Happy Monday, man. What do you think? What's up?
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Yes, sir. We're doing great.
I heard you mention Elton John earlier.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to. I worked at Peachtree DeKalb Airport for years. I managed a corporate flight department there.
Yeah.
And forever, I stood by this very large Russian man. He was a former Spetsnaz.
Oh, boy.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Well.
Guy. And he was Elton's security guy. And he would always show up early. And Elton he would either drive Elton there, or Elton would show up in either a red Cadillac Escalade or a black Rolls Royce Phantom. And we kind of just stood next to one another forever, and we didn't talk. It's kind of one of those things at a private, airport thing where you just don't acknowledge one another.
Yeah.
And anyway, long and short of it, one day we finally start chatting, and he's like, I see you here all the time. I go, yeah, I'm waiting for my guys, and I know you work for Elton. He goes, would you like to meet it? So he actually took me out. Elton flew in. He had a rule. If he was within 3 hours of his home at the condo in Buckhead, he would fly home every night to spend the night. So I got invited out to meet Elton on one of his trips, and he could not have been a kinder, nicer person.
Really? Cool. That's cool.
It was just a pleasure, I love his music, and it was just so nice to get to meet him. It was
Buckhead was, cool. I went to a party once at his apartment building in Buckhead. Didn't get to see him in the elevator, but apparently it was quite frequent back many, many years ago with my girl.
Yeah, that, gosh, I can't remember the name of that. Our company had a condo in that tower. I don't remember the name of it.
I don't remember. Anyway, good story.
He
Thanks,
was a nice guy, and, my 30 seconds shaking hands and all that. It was just fun.
As it should be. Excellent. Thank you. Good story, man. I appreciate it. 544, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. By the way, Pete, a couple of quick sports birthday things. Greg Norman, the golf pro, 70, the Shark. And by the way, every time I see Greg Norman or Chrissy, what's her name? Chrissy, the tennis player. Chrissy
Everett.
And I remember they were married and were together. And I remember the thing about Greg Norman. He said somebody asked him once. It was on TV. I swear to God, I saw this. And he said, well, one thing that attracted me to her was she has really pretty feet. And Chrissy Everett was there, and she said, well, luckily we both have a foot fetish. I'm thinking, oh my God, that's kind of stuck in my mind that Greg Norman and Chrissy Everett were talking about their feet. Oh God. Anyway, Greg Norman's 70. Mark Spitz is 75. Won 7 golds in the 72 Olympics, world records in all 7 events. One more, a couple of quick things here with sports here, Pete Davis. Boxer Primo Carnera knocked out Ernie Schaff in a fight in New York City on this day in 1933, and Ernie Schaff died because of the bout. Schaff was recovering from influenza and had meningitis, a swelling of the brain when he fought him. He had also had the crap kicked out of him in a fight a few months earlier, by Max Baer, who went on to win the world championship too. So this guy was, doomed from the beginning. And in 1968, Peggy Fleming, 19 years old, won America's only gold medal of the entire Winter Olympics in Grenoble, France, in the ladies singles skating event. And Peggy Fleming chewed me out when I wouldn't let her be on the air one time when she came in after we had a tornado that killed a bunch of people. She was supposed to be on our morning radio show back in 90 or 82 or whatever it was. I don't remember. And I wouldn't let her in, and she screamed and yelled at me, said she's going to get me. Okay, put it on my bingo card. I haven't told that story on the radio in a long time. Anyway, it's 5:46 already. Give her Pete and Flounder. Okay, I'll stop talking. Thank you.
Atlanta radio legends, proud military vets, national network experts are all on Extra 106.3.
It's going to be an interesting couple of months.
With live and local shows in the morning and afternoon, and the biggest conservative hosts in the country throughout the day. We are always here with the latest news and opinions you need.
There's no chance if the media and the Department of Justice and social media are all against you.
No traffic interruptions, no former shock jocks, just Atlanta legends you've turned to for a generation. The conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
The Atlanta Braves giveaways for this season are here, and you don't want to miss this lineup. Bobbleheads feature Chris Sale and Marcelo Zuna, presented by Delta, and a throwback bobblehead featuring Chipper Jones from the 2000 All-Star Game, presented by SeatGeek. Fans can also look forward to collectibles like the 1995 World Series replica ring and red home jersey giveaways presented by Coke, and a replica of Truist Park, perfect for your office. Visit Braves.com/promos to purchase your tickets today.
Trump Care PPO health plans. How about $0 deductibles available for immediate enrollment from Health Insurance Doctor? Hey, it's the Kimmer. Guess what? Trade in your old Obamacare plan, HBO thing, for $0 deductible Trump Care PPO right now. Saving premiums up to 60% lower. Saving big while enjoying access to the top-rated insurance carriers. It's perfect. Individuals, families, small businesses. Call my guy Steven, 678-523-0759. Today, visit him on the web, thehealthinsurancedoctor.net.
This is Bruce Hagan, the people's lawyer. When I started my firm, it was with the idea of providing personal representation for personal injury cases. We treat everybody like family, and it makes me so proud to work with my son to provide a great family-oriented law firm.
This is Matt Hagan. As a father-son team, we know the importance of working together to get our clients back on their feet. Let us here at Hagan Law be your advocates. You can find everything you need to know at Hagan-Law.com.
Hagan-Law.com.
Attention warriors, are you a veteran ready to navigate to success after service? Tune in to the Warrior Lines Network. Join us as we spotlight inspiring stories, provide essential resources, and connect you with a community dedicated to empowering veterans. From career advice to health and wellness tips, the Warrior Lines Network is your go-to hub for post-service success. Tune in Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on Extra 106.3. Join us on the mission, the Warrior Lines Network, where warriors thrive together. Visit us at thewarriorlines.org for more information.
Hey, it's Tug. When it comes to your home, Southern Exteriors has you covered. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows. If it's on the outside, they do it all. For over 20 years, they've been the go-to for homeowners across the South. And right now, you can get 0% financing for 12 months or 10% off any job. Don't wait. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co today. Southern Exteriors, where the outside matters most.
Yeah, Chattanooga choo-choo, baby. 1942, Glenn Miller and the orchestra, the first recording to be awarded a gold record, actually with gold. It was a master copy of the disc, sprayed with gold lacquer by RCA as a publicity stunt. The actual award, recognized today as a gold record, would not be initiated for another 16 years when the Recording Industry Association borrowed the idea and trademarked officially the gold record. The first gold single was awarded to Perry Como in 1958 for Catch a Falling Star and Tell Him Duck to Duck. I remember that song. Oh, my Lord. Perry Como, 58, Catch a Falling Star. The first gold album was given to Gordon McRae for Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Oh, my God. You know, I was in Paint Your Wagon. I was Tommy in The Hasty Heart. Oh, my God. Anyway, Kevin Pete and Flounder, how's it going? Birthdays, Robert Wagner. My God, we got a lot of monster old birthdays today. Robert Wagner's 95.
Allegedly.
Yeah, he murdered the girl I had such a hottie on. Well, I'm sure he drowned her, along with the guy who says more cowbells.
Natalie Wood and Christopher Walken. Denizio's dad on NCIS. Dr. Evil's henchman #2 and Austin Powers. You know him, Alexander Monday on It Takes a Thief, and Jonathan Hart on Heart to Heart with Stephanie, who actually made love with the Kimmer, although it wasn't maybe her, but I think it was her. She said it was her, and I thought it was her. She flew into town to see me after I was on Phil Donahue's show. My God. Okay, Roberta Flack, 88 today. Good for her. Roberta Flack, 88. Vince Gilligan's 58, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. What a talent guy this guy is. Anyway, quickly. Oh, and I may do a quick history thing here, too. And then, Flounder, we're going to do that one more time. Don't kill me. It's only 15 seconds, but in case you missed it and weren't watching that particular second, the Star Spangled Banner thing coming up from the Super Bowl show coming up in just a second, in case you missed it. It's really a powerful moment. On this day in 1966, Ralph Nader testified before Congress the first time ever about unsafe practices in the auto industry. His book, Unsafe at Any Speed, Car Companies Designing Vehicles for Style and Power and Not Safety. The Chevrolet Corvair, General Motors, which I bought when I was at Camp Pendleton, California, a 4-speed stick-shift Chevy Corvair Monza Spyder convertible. I know he's got his bingo list. I don't think I've told this on the radio in a while. I told it on the podcast some time ago. But when I was going to Vietnam, I had bought it for my father sent me $500 to buy this used Corvair Chevy Monza convertible Spyder. So I would drive guys into town from Camp Pendleton. And when I was going to Vietnam, I put it up for sale. And the guy who came to look at it was a lieutenant who had just come back from Vietnam, but he only had one arm. And then he said, I didn't know it was a stick shift, so he couldn't buy my car. By the way, it was a piece of crap. Only about 2 cylinders worked. It was like a freaking lawnmower. It was horrible. Anyway, Ralph Nader testified about this. He sent GM sent investigators to spy on Ralph Nader, tried to discredit him. They would try to set him up with hookers at his hotel rooms. It's true. The Unsafe at Any Speed was a bestseller, turned Ralph Nader into a household name, where actually ran for president. The Corvair had slumping sales because of the book and led to lawsuits. They were blamed for rollovers and was totally discontinued by 1969. And that was a thing. And that was Ralph Nader started it all. And seatbelts became because of that. He changed the rules of safety for cars, including the seatbelts. Where my first cars never had seatbelts. My first 4 cars I owned never had seatbelts. All right, who's that doing something with a pickle? Kristen has just sent a photo of Sydney Sweeney eating a pickle on the set of the commercial of Katz's Deli.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney, I'm good for her. I don't know anything about Sydney Sweeney, but I know that they were mocking her and making fun of her, and all of a sudden she's a millionaire starlet, and everybody wants to be with her. So good for her. I don't know what happened, but
she likes older men too.
Well, so there's a chance for me. Sorry, I know. I've been talking about. Oh, by the way, our 5 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Lee Brandt Jewelers. Luxury jewelry and watches affordable. Their stores in Sandy Springs, or visit LeeBrandt.com. I'll tell that John Kruk story tomorrow. Oh, yeah, hell, I'll tell it now. You want me to tell the John Kruk story? This popped up on my phone. Oh, and by the way, we want to have Valentine's ideas coming up, because Valentine's Day is Friday or Saturday? Friday.
Saturday. No,
Friday.
Sunday.
Yeah, Friday.
No, Saturday.
Valentine's Day is the 14th. Today's
Friday.
The 10th. Friday, Saturday. Yeah, today, Friday. Valentine's Day. The wedding is Saturday. Valentine's Day is Friday.
I know.
What was I just looking at? Oh, the John Kruk story. Okay, hold it. This takes just a second. I found this all of a sudden popped up, and I thought it was very amusing. And Pete, I know you about this. Old day ball players. John Kruk scarfed down. This is on this day back, one of his throw day plays when he was playing for the White Sox. John Kruk scarfed down a banquet Salisbury steak before today's game. The brownie was tough. The Salisbury steak dinner, he ate the tough brownie. He sent the bat boy to go gallop his C10 pickup truck to get his pack of Merritts off the bench seat with a luxurious scent of motor oil and gasoline firmly fixed within its red vinyl cover of his truck. The keys are in it, he said. The windows are down. A Mac Tools mini calendar clings to the glove box with a model named Tammy Lynn, who's a hooker, a porn star, wearing a bikini. Kruk takes the pack of smokes from the bat boy, lights a dart with an orange Bic lighter, grabs his bat, lines a double to the gap, and drives in 2 runs. A breeze rolls in. Kruk spits out a piece of that brownie that he had earlier from the TV dinner, and Tammy Lynn flaps in the wind. One of the greatest moments in baseball history. Guys like John Kruk, right during a game. I mean, good Lord.
I don't get any of that. He was driving the truck as he hit the ball?
No, he was ready to go to bat. He said, hey, kid, go get my smokes out of the truck. So the kid went to the truck, got his smokes. John Kruk had a cigarette in the dugout and ate the brownie and the dinner. They got up to bat, hit a double, and then got back to the bench.
So what did the truck have to do with it?
I'm saying, what did the truck have to do with it?
Yeah, why waxing poetic about the truck? The only place you saw the truck was the bat boy.
Well, okay, because he wasn't driving a Rolls Royce. I mean, it was just part of the image of the old pickup truck with oil stain and the Tammy Lynn porn calendar on the glove. I mean, anyway. Oh, my God, 5:56. Okay, here we go. The national anthem. You're going to hear, if you didn't see it, you're going to hear the moment when Donald Trump was caught on television, or definitely deliberately put on television, standing at attention and saluting the crowd at the national anthem at the Superdome and the Super Bowl. And the point was made, Clay and Buck made the point that the producer made it a specific point when the word fight came in the song. They showed the picture of Donald Trump and the crowd went nuts. If you didn't see the picture, you're going to know when Donald Trump was seen saluting. Flounder, if you will.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. The ramparts we
I mean, again, when the word fight is when the director wanted them to show Donald Trump saluting. People are wondering whether they were going to boo him. The first president ever to go to a sitting parade. Once again, Flounder, if you can, one more thing, and before Flounder's Funnies, we're going to this. You'll know exactly, if you didn't see it, how powerful this was when the picture showed the president saluting.
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. The ramparts.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, it was pretty cool. And there was actually discussion. Of course, New Orleans is a cesspool of a city, socially, culturally, and liberally, and politically. And, God bless my daughter, Sarah, being born there when I watched her take her first breath of life. But anyway, so be it. Judges are still blocking Donald Trump with almost freaking everything. The Biden administration, Nancy Mace, God bless her, came up with this. They spent millions of dollars trying to turn mice transgender. Mice and monkeys to turn transgender using different chemicals. Biden money, federal money. And the Democrats want us
our money. Our money.
Yeah, exactly. And they want us to stop looking for this kind of thing. Anyway, Flounder's Funnies, one more shot before we go. What do you got there?
I know I'm bad at art because I had a teacher tell me I was bad at art. Yeah, 2nd grade, Miss Higley. We were making portraits of MLK. And mine was so bad that Miss Higley pulled me aside and said she wasn't going to hang out with the other kids. Because she feared, and I quote, it was potentially dishonoring to the legacy of MLK. I was like, message received, Miss Higley. I'll put the crayon down so I don't undo the civil rights movement. I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was racist bad.
Well, anyway.
Mr. Dustin Nickerson
There you go. Anyway, well, boys, happy Monday. I mean, I think we did pretty well for having a Super Bowl weekend, and Flounder's nuptials coming up in a few days, and holy smokes, you seem pretty calm there, mister. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, I got to go. You're killing me. Christine, sing me home, baby. Boys, tomorrow we do it all over again. Or hoorah. Here we go.
Streaming across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.